All right. Well, while we're all gathered here this evening, why'd say we play some Dungeons and Dragons? That's always a good thing to do on a Tuesday evening.
These days.
All right.
Might as well.
Why we're here.
Don't.
So, welcome back to the Rime of the Frost Maiden, everybody. Some interesting events last time. Old Malamak. Remember Malamak? Does anybody remember Malamak? A half-orc druid or something? Oh, actually,
Nope.
Get my pretty face up. There's my pretty face. Yes, Malamak made the very difficult decision, as opposed to help you guys with, I guess, the ultimate long-term goal of ending this endless winter. He decided to, well, shall we say, be with his tribe and lead them, as his tribe's leader had passed away. Which was sad, or I felt a little sad anyway. I'm not sure how the rest of you felt, but that was sad. And as a next thing to do, you decided to once again head away from the 10 towns and head due east to the Sky Tower shelter first. We learned that there was a, shall we say, long-term tensions between the Sky Tower Shelter clan and the Wormdoom Crag. Apparently over some incidents that happened around a goal of a griffin attack at a game of goat ball. You also learned that the griffins at Sky Tower Shelter had been attacked by a dragon. You learned that it wasn't from Aventuras, who you've seen before, the massive white dragon with the rider on its back, but you learned a smaller dragon than that, but that leaves a lot of room. Aventuras is one of the baddest dragons going around, so a step down from that doesn't necessarily mean it's healthy. And you decided to help out these people, maybe thinking that this white dragon, it's a white dragon, might be in league with Oriel, the Frost Maiden. You also decided that you learned that the Wormdoom Crag had a history of dealing with dragons, and thanks to one of the oracles or scribes, you decided to head over to Wormdoom Crag. Now, I'll just move you across there. It takes you about a day or so tracking up and down the mountains, but for the sake of expediency, we'll just jump over there. But my question to you, Order of the Beak, what would you like to do?
So we're literally heading for Wormdoom, yeah? That you just said
Yep.
that. Yep. Cool.
So, yeah, that's where we're going.
Just keeping a lookout on the way is the main thing.
Yeah, cautiously, absolutely, being very aware of an ambush. Not that
Okay.
we're expecting one. Yeah.
Hugs is happy to scout ahead if needed. Perception
Take the doggy with you.
Ooh.
He's probably trying to sniff your butt anyway.
Yeah, me and the doggy are gonna be best buds. Garrett's, he's getting with a griffin anyway.
Kidding with the griffin.
Also, Malcolm, we're in a mountain terrain, right? So,
Yep.
that's my favoured terrain type under Natural Explorer.
Okay, very good. Well, let's say under your leadership then, you do negotiate the mountains and the valleys between Sky Tower Shelter and Wormdoom Crag. And eventually, you come across Wormdoom Crag. And as you're coming across this mountain pass up here, the first thing you notice is across the way here. Oh, well, maybe the first thing you notice is the body of a... Well, let me just get... fresh track. So there's lots of fresh tracks in the snow. So it's relatively easy to find this Goliath settlement of Wormdoom Crag on the northern slope of a searing mountain. And following this track leads you to a caves, and outside the bones of a dragon life half buried in the snow. Past these remains, torchlight flickers in a pair of tunnels that burrow into the mountain leading west and south. And east of the entrance is an open air arena with stone bleachers carved into the eastern wall. And rising from the arena floor are more than a dozen pillars of rock, each 5 to 8 feet tall and about a foot in diameter. That's what you see.
I'm curious.
Sorry, I was just distracted by my child. You said they're statues or columns?
Columns. Just,
Columns, yeah.
yeah, like cylinders going up. Dozen pillars of rock.
That was it. The old lady or the head of the other tribe said something about a game they played. Is this like the
Was it?
the
Goat?
course or the field?
Yeah. Would that game be general knowledge, Malcolm? Would we know what that is? Or was it very localized?
Outside of... Well, none of you have heard of it, put it that way.
Okay.
Well, remember our kind of mission here is to settle the tensions between the two warring groups of Goliaths. To do that, and I suppose our mission was to find out what was the underlying cause of the dispute.
But also, apparently, these Rimdune clan know about how to slay dragons.
Yeah.
So to get their information, right? And
So
help,
we come in,
perhaps.
we come in peace, no killing, essentially.
Indeed.
We want to talk to these guys. Okay, so we don't need to come in sneaky then in that case. We should be kind of obvious.
Should we announce ourselves? I'm not sure if there is a Goliath welcome. Would I pick that up from Makingo?
Nothing specific, no.
Yeah, okay.
Does anybody speak Goliath? Do they have a language or do they just speak common? What were they speaking when we were at that other place?
They're definitely
That was
speaking...
common, I assume.
They're definitely speaking common. And I'd say, yeah, Shajaya would actually know that they speak giant as well. Because of their sheer height, like some of them 8 foot, 9 foot tall. The common conception is that maybe they have a little bit of giant blood in them. And the giant traditions have common. So Mullamuck, whoever the hell that is, got it exactly right. They speak common and giant.
Whimsy's going to change her shape just a tiny bit where the tattoo on her face is that of a stylized dragon.
Okay. All right.
Should we can we see any what looks like living quarters?
Not from there.
Are we even
Smoke
sure?
rising from?
Are we even sure this is their home? Or is this something else?
Might be where they fight dragons.
Maybe we should sneak, and then when we see them, we could reveal ourselves. I don't know.
Yep. After seeing this big skeleton in the ice, I would be happy to sneak first.
All right then. Anyone else got an opinion? Should we do that?
Are you sneaking, Bugs?
Yes.
You better make me a stealth check then. Ooh, okay.
Am I good?
Oh,
Maybe
I
you
don't know.
Maybe you can go ahead, Bugs. Yeah.
What do you see, little fella?
Well, what you see, Bugs, as people peer around the corner at the same time, we'll get to that in a second. As you see a Goliath here, just standing out there. He's got what has he got at the side? He's got a huge great at his side, a couple of javelins strapped to them back. Kind of looking like these guys. And just standing there, he doesn't appear overly, isn't overly concerned. He's not there in the battle stance, but he's carrying a great axe. But pretty much all the other Goliaths you saw in Sky Tower Shelter had a battle axe, so you're not, particularly.
So it seems
by
the
that.
norm.
It seems the norm. Yep.
Upon seeing this and knowing that we wanted to reveal ourselves if we came across one, I call out, "Ahoy there!"
Ahoy hoy.
Hello, visitor.
Oh, we come in peace.
There's more. Oh, I see. Oh, welcome to Wormdoom Crag. What
May we
business?
approach and talk?
If you approach in peace, of course.
I hail my friends to come forward.
Tell me, what
The others.
brings you to Wormdoom Crag?
We come seeking guidance on a matter.
What guidance is that?
Well, I hear you are the people to come to about the slaying of dragons.
The Goliath kind of nods over to the massive dragon skeleton dominating the kind of entrance of this. Oh,
This about the size of Aureel, if I'm looking at this one? Or would Aureel be bigger?
bigger. Oh, no, sorry, not bigger. You mean Avienturas.
Sorry, yes, I'm
Yeah,
interested.
bigger. Much bigger.
You got yourself a big one there. We've come across one very big indeed. But you probably know of it, Avienturus.
Oh, yes. Yes, we've seen Avienturas. We're hoping one day she will come close and we can slay her too. That's what you see out there. That is Stiggy Styger. Somebody help me here. Stygerus. Stygerus. That is the official pronouncing. That is the body of Stygerus.
Oh, well, you're mighty brave to consider going after Avienturus. We are here on another dragon, in fact, another white dragon that has been roaming around griffin slaying.
Oh, you have been to Sky Tower Shelter?
Yes, we have been there. We understand that you guys have matters between each other. We're not on either side here. I just want to put that forward.
Tell me, I appreciate your forthrightness. But tell me, what interest do you have in slaying a dragon? Are you treasure hunters?
Well, you may have heard of us, perhaps not up this high. We have been going around trying to defeat this blasted winter. And we've heard tell of this smaller white dragon that has been hassling some griffins, and we like to bring peace to all.
It took dragons.
And you're interested in seeking our help?
Well, what better people to seek than dragon fighters, right?
Well, we're not called Wormdoon for nothing. Come with me. I think you need to talk to Chieftain... Excuse me. Chieftain... Oh! Excuse me, I got a bit of elk in my throat. Please forgive me. You should come see Chief Ogalai Orc Splitter Thukalangalaga. Thunlakalaga. That'll do. Yep, follow me. And
Thank you for your hospitality. We will.
well, unlike South Sky Shelter, we do not. We welcome visitors. As I said, the only ill will you'll find here is the ill will you bring yourself. But please follow me. And he leads you into this sort of communal area. Looks like the main hall of some site. It's a 30-foot domed roof. Yeah, there's a bunch of small mini Goliath toddlers around. There's a rough-hewn staircase here, and someone who appears to be the chief here. And the Goliath who brought you in, he says, welcome! Welcome to Wormdoom Crag. My name is Chieftain Ogolai, Orc Splitter Thuckenlager. What can I help you with?
We thank you for your kind welcome. We are the Order of the Beak, and we come seeking guidance on a dragon matter.
Please go on.
Well, we hear tell of a white dragon, a smaller one, not the big one we all know of, who has been causing havoc to some griffins.
Yes.
And we wish to destroy this dragon, and we heard tell that you were the people to come seek. I mean, in the name yourselves, you're known for your ways of defeating dragons. We saw a skeleton outside. You are mighty brave in this venture, and we hope that you can offer us some guidance.
And, well, while we are welcoming, you say we have a dragon. Perhaps we could provide some assistance?
We have encountered some white wormlings, dragons, and have managed to defeat one, and we have acquired some scales to show that we are worthy perhaps of fighting dragons. Wish to improve our skills so that we might defeat this greater threat.
Well, while we approve of dragon slaying, and any beast that can be destroyed is good, and I'm pleased to hear about the wormlings. Get them while they're young. There's nothing good that will come out of a white dragon, so that is good. I suppose we could help you.
At that moment, in the background, Dorge Stonestrider stands up and he says, "Chief, why would we want to risk all these people to help the other tribe? Why would we risk all of our people to help these people, these strangers in our lands? Perhaps one of us should go, but not the whole lot. It's foolhardy to send all these people across."
You make a point. We do not want to risk any of your lives, we understand. We, in fact, have destroyed Aventurus's, one of his many nesting places, a ship. You may have heard of him taking hide there. We burnt it to smithereens before he was able to return. We have not been able to defeat him, but we are aware of the dangers of dragons.
These little folk have gone into a lair of a dragon and destroyed the lair. I find that very hard to believe. I mean, look, there's no meat on their bones.
Some they are quite short, it is true. Do you think they are worthy, Dorge Stonestrider?
Well, if they're going to go marching off into the wilderness to try and kill a dragon, I fear that their mission is fraught with danger. You need someone with strength who can control them, control the dragon right from the get-go. These puny people, what have they got to offer? I think we're sending them off to their death if we want to even support them.
You know, we have met many deaths of our own. Some very strong people in our group have been slain, one in fact to this dragon, and we would appreciate having strength on our side. That is something we know we are lacking.
I think you are right, Dorge. The caution to have the alliance of the Wormdoom Crag is not to be taken lightly. Do you think perhaps we should send them through the crawl?
Oh, yes. Let them prove themselves. That's exactly what needs to happen. I mean, we wouldn't send mere children out there to fight a worm of great renown. So, yes, send them through the crawl.
Who is your leader? Who leads you?
That's a good question. Our leader got eaten.
Yeah.
Max looks around at the others.
We're a
Makes
democracy.
sense.
We're a democracy.
Who would like
Well,
to
I'm
take the
advised,
test first?
Can Boy come with me?
Oh, no, he may not.
Right. Well, I'm a tracker and an experienced hunter, so perhaps I am suited to these challenges if we need prove ourselves.
Well, we will start with you. Let us put it that way. Come with me. And he takes you through to a corridor to the west. Through this way.
Right? Yep.
Now, this is a test we give our youth. They come out as children and they leave as adults. It is a test that will, shall we say, test your mental fortitude, test your toughness, make sure that you are worthy, shall we say, of the Worm Doom Crag's help. What is your name?
My name is Garrett Valerian, hunter and tracker and scout of the 10 towns.
Now, I must warn you, Garrett, of the 10 towns, that this task is not for the faint of hearted. Now, I must warn you that some of our children have entered the cave and have not exited the cave. We've had to send people down to fetch out their corpses. They were not proved worthy. Are you prepared to take on this task and, I guess, seek an alliance with our clan?
Yes, I am prepared to face the dangers that lie ahead, and if I prove to be unworthy, may other members of my party prove to be worthy.
Well, the task is simple then, Garrett of the 10 towns. Enter here, exit here.
Sorry, I missed that. Which ones? Those ones?
Enter here,
Yep.
exit here.
Okay. So just having a little bit of a look down the hole, are we, does it look far down?
No, it goes down about 5-10 feet. Doesn't look very long. What you do notice is there's many runes all over the tunnel surface.
So nothing that I recognise in any sense for what the mystic runes might be?
Nope, you do not recognise them.
Alright, so I don't think I need like specialised climbing gear for this way by the looks of it.
No, if it was just a normal cave, you'd have no problem navigating it.
Well,
you have to go down on your hands and knees, but that's about it.
Yep, alright, well I think if the big guys can get through it, a small guy like me should have no problem.
Alright.
We'll enter the cave.
Okay. So, you enter the cave, and initially, it's quite simple, the first 5 feet or so. But then you go a little bit deeper, and your mind suddenly starts playing tricks on you, and you start thinking about your failures. How your husband died and you're powerless to protect him. And all of the other various failures you've had in your life. How you went up on the side of a mountain to aid people and people died on that mountain. And all these things start assaulting your mind, Garrett. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Go.
Okay. So you get about halfway through the table, and you these visions of all these failures you've had in your life keep invading your mind. You're not sure if you can go in. Can you make me a charisma saving throw, please?
Okay. Now, if I remember correctly, while we were training last time, we ended up with 2 stones. I used one of them to help me communicate with the griffin. I still have one left that does help me on charisma checks and stuff, if that's right.
I think it would. Yep. So make a charisma saving throw, and you can add a d6 onto it if you like.
All right. Well, we'll see. What do I see? I have to declare that beforehand? Or
Oh, no,
do you
no.
want me to-
Afterwards.
Okay.
So make the roll, and then add a d6 if you'd like.
10. Well, I think I will try and add the d6 to that result.
Okay.
13. All up.
You hear... I'm going to say the rest of you have gathered around to kind of have a look, including Dorj, Boy, Tarvin, and Garrett's inside of the hole. And you hear screaming and screaming. And Garrett, you can take 19 points of damage. And you hear the screaming and screaming. And then boom! Silence. Dorj, go on and fetch him. He has failed miserably.
Sure thing.
Wait, give him a chance. The screaming has stopped.
Maybe that's because he's dead.
George leaps down into the hole.
Easy enough, you drag out Garrett. Garrett is breathing, but he's not moving, and he is flat on his back. He's breathing, but he is not moving.
See, this isn't as easy as it looks.
I think you are right, Stone Strider. Perhaps these people aren't worthy of our help. Perhaps somebody else would like to try.
Yeah, Tarvin will go. I'll try my luck.
Bugs wants to just quietly wave a bless
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So
over
bless.
Tarvin, myself,
Whimsy
and
will just keep an eye over Garrett.
okay.
Make sure he's
Tarvin,
okay.
myself, and Shajaya.
Okay. Now I will point out. Whoops. How long does bless last? See, 1 minute.
1 minute, 10 rounds. Yep.
So this is going to take, Garrett was down there for about a minute, so this will be separate cast of Bless, but of course you can do that if you like.
Yep. As soon as he goes down, I want to cast it.
And this is Tarvin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so same thing, Tarvin. You get down on your hands and knees, and you enter this carved with runes all over the place. And what failures would come to Tarvin's mind?
Definitely, he feels enormously responsible for Scar's death, just because he disturbed the sleeping dragon. And secondly, being cast out from his tribe.
Okay, so you go in, and the memories of Scar comes back to you and what you have done. Then you think, we're going to go fight another dragon. Oh my god, is Garrett going to die as well? No, Garrett is going to die. Whimsy's going to die. Bug's going to die. Shaja's going to die. Even Boy is going to die at the hand of this dragon. And it's all your fault once again. And you go back to your tribe not knowing what else to do, but they won't even have you. You are all alone, riddled with guilt. Make me a Constitution saving throw, and yes, you may add a d4. So Constitution saving throw.
12 and
16 to 19, and make me a Charisma saving throw.
Oh dear.
Okay, and add a D4. You get about halfway, and then these visions overtake you. You just can't go any further, and you come back and you retreat. Seems Sidral cannot pass the test either.
It's funny to see a drow that is scared of the dark.
I'd like to see this dog guy go down the hole all of a sudden.
Oh,
I think I
a
can. Do
Dorg.
it.
Dorg. Why don't you show him?
All
Come
right.
on, George.
He leaps in.
Dog.
Doesn't even break a sweat.
Well,
Jumps in.
well, he would know that this is where he needs to jump in. He's
All
jumping
right.
at the wrong end wouldn't be the good.
All
Yeah.
right.
You
What
jump
happens
in.
when you show off?
You jump in. Moments later, Dorg comes out the other side.
Bugs would like to give it a go.
Good luck.
So you
Be strong.
You cast Bless again.
I don't think I can.
There's bugs.
It's a Fey touched.
Oh.
Crap,
Okay.
it's in a hole. This should be.
But I mean, Shazar, if you want to, What I do
Yeah,
want
I
to
was
do.
thinking I could, but I'm not as mentally. I mean, I'm not as mentally tough.
Yeah, what
but
I do want.
Yeah. Sorry.
Constitution and charisma, I think the two checks.
Yeah.
Unless they differ each time.
And do. Oh, I can't speak.
I want to cast Misty Step once I get in there to the other side.
Okay.
So slide down and straight away Misty Step.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, you get 5 feet into the tunnel. You cannot see the other end of the tunnel. You can. I mean, there's a tunnel
But I
curving
could
around
see
it.
the other end before I went down.
Sure, you can Misty Step through if you like.
Oh.
And you pop out the other end. And Chief Ogilai says, No, Mr. Harrengon. If you want to do the test, your tricks would not be acceptable. Go back and do it properly.
Well, all right then.
So,
You should
Bugs,
back down.
what failure would come to Bugs' mind?
What failure wouldn't? Let's see. He feels terrible about leaving his family behind. He feels the weight of his friend's death on his shoulders after sending him back with the message being dropped at his feet. And then, of course, there's his other friend having died after having that crystal in his head. So there's a bit.
Okay, so lots of leaving people behind and people who put their trust in you, Bugs, having disastrous results. I mean, Cal, that went sideways quickly, and all because you wouldn't take this crystal out of your head. So you're feeling very, very selfish, Bugs. You've abandoned your family. You're going on this thing. You're just feeling selfish. Like, what a horrible, horrible person Bugs must truly be. If people knew the real Bugs, they'd know what a horrible person Bugs would be. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
And make me a Charisma saving throw. Yeah, Bugs.
Use the stone.
I have a stone.
From the other tribe.
The one that I took.
Yes, on was I will use that stone. Extra
A D-
D6 on charisma.
D6, yep.
What does the other stone do?
Something to do with
That is strength or weapon attack.
Ah, thank you.
Bugs, you go through and even calling upon the blessings of the star. No. You back up. You can't handle it, Bugs.
Oh, wow.
You run back.
14, shit.
Do you think any of them will pass this step? Stone Strider.
These people are foolhardy. They're brave. I will give them that, but not brave enough to withstand the deep dark.
Yes, they are riddled with doubt. Confidence will get through.
Forward. It's maybe because a woman needs to do it. Get out of the way, boys. She'll have a crack as well.
What failures come to Whimsy mind?
You mean
Good luck, Whimsy.
Luck is not a factor, she says before gulping.
What the failures comes to mind for Whimsy?
Oh, well, it's probably one that she's squashed deep back into the recesses of her subconscious, which is how she kind of got here. She was showing off all her magical skills in it, and using a book that she wasn't meant to be reading, she opened up a portal which led those octopus faces to her. And yeah, a couple of her friends got killed before she got kidnapped. Yeah, that's what happened.
All right. So with those thoughts moving through your mind, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution.
And a Charisma saving throw.
Charisma.
There you go. Wow.
Oh.
You're showing everyone up.
And despite
So she gets to go
these
through? Oops, sorry.
doubts that go through your mind, you pop up the other side. Well,
Well, she's relieved, but she's pretty freaked out from that thing that she's been hiding from herself for a long time.
oh yeah. Well, despite your success, that doesn't say it's easy. But Chief Ogalai and comes and places a hand on your shoulder and say, "What is your name?"
She when his hand touches her, she goes, "Ah, octopus!" And then, oh, my name is Whimsy.
Just Whimsy?
Whimsy Whimsical.
Whimsy,
Whimsy Dolores Whimsical. God. Okay, fine.
Whimsy Dolores Whimsical. You may consider yourself an honorary member of the Wormdoon Crag tribe. I mean, I don't know what horrors you saw down in there, but you passed through. You did better than the Harangon and the Drow, and you see Garrett still lying on the ground. Much better than Garrett, who perhaps failed the Heartless. So well done, Whimsy Dolores Whimsical. You have done well.
I get a certificate.
You're considered an honorary tribe member. Congratulations.
Is there a
I
badge
can't-
or something that comes with it?
No badge. Can't help but we have a High Elf in our company as well. Would you like to try High Elf?
Girls can't do it. Girls can't do
Go-
it.
yes,
That's what
I can
Whimsy's
try.
singing out.
of course, yeah.
Okay, so Shajar, you come across to the start of the tunnel. You enter in. What failures has Shishaya had that will come flooding to her at this moment? So what failures has Shishaya had?
Well, obviously the main one is the experience that I had on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
I consider that to be a failure because I had
Cannibalism?
to choose. Yeah. Well, I try
Little
not
detail.
to use that word.
Such a loaded word.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer to use, self-sufficiency. Yeah, I think that.
Okay, so
It's not
your
like
mind, your mind goes to the
something
wilderness, and your
Yeah.
quest to defeat Oriel and bring an endless to winter just an utter failure, and you find yourself wandering the plains, and you see Whimsy fall, you see Garrett fall, you see all your companions fall, and there's only one recourse of action, Shajar. It's that thing you did, the unspeakable act that you did. You think, shit, I have to do this again. What's what comes to your mind anyway? But are you stronger than these visions, Shajar? Let's find out. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
And a Charisma saving throw.
Okay. Charisma. Excuse me for having to look every time.
That's
Still.
right.
Even though I've looked at this a million times.
That's all good. Oh.
Oh. Damn it, when life imitates art.
You get halfway in, Shajai, but then these memories come flooding back, and you see you having to do yet more unspeakable acts on people. Maybe there were strangers on the boat, but these are maybe more like family. Can't handle it, and you come fleeing out of the tunnel.
Free.
Well,
My best.
George, seems the vast majority of these people are perhaps not up to the challenge, except for the
Smallest one, yes.
the smallest one.
As you were going to say, keep going.
Does Whimsy present as human?
Humanish, yeah. Yeah, a pale, very pale human.
Well, it seems that this pale human is perhaps the strongest and most well suited to this test.
Perhaps she is part Goliath in the sense the pale skin like ours, the facial tattoos.
Well, she
Maybe
does.
look at it, and he looks closer. The tattoo seems to be one of the dragon.
You need to brush your teeth if you're going to lean that close.
She is feisty, this one, too.
Tell us about this dragon tattoo.
Oh, this one. And she changes it to a different type of dragon, to a gold dragon kind of looking tattoo. And then she changes it to a red dragon looking tattoo. It's just a little mark I've had since forever. I can change stuff.
Maybe not a red dragon.
Oh, it can be whatever I want it to be.
Gold,
But yeah, you're right.
bronze,
Red dragons are
silver.
not very nice. Oh, there's a silver one. Look.
Ah, perfect. Well, George, I just don't have confidence to send these people out hunting dragons. Whimsy, she's got something strong inside her spirit, but the rest of them, I don't think so. I cannot in good conscience send them out for this dragon.
Let me protect them. I'll go out.
Just me and
kill
George.
this dragon.
It'll just be me and you and George.
You can call me Stone Strider, little girl.
Strider. Okay, Strider.
Thank
Look,
very much.
you made a mockery of our tricks on how I was able to get through, but what you forget is that while we lack strength, each of us here has a different strategy, a different skill that we use together, and when together we each can combat with a different area that we can use to attack. And so what we need here is someone of strength to help guide us. We have the tricks, we have the spells, we have the range and the dexterity. What we lack is that strength, and we just need a little bit of help there.
Tell me, what does that human on the ground drooling on the floor, what strength does he bring? He failed the most.
You combated his mind, but what he has is not only a companion who will scout with him, he is the kindest person who is able to track. He's a tracker. He said that as he went in. Even in the skies, he could track from above, you know. He's actually even really good with animals, so much so that a griffin of a tribe that we know you have bad blood with he was able to get close enough to one that had already been, latched onto another. They said that he could come back and train with that griffin if he so wished, and that was one day.
That is interesting for sure. But I must say, we have had, shall we say, an unfortunate history with the griffins.
We are aware of that history, and we hope you do not hold that against us. We are not them.
You've
What's
heard
your story, though?
Yes, though, that is what I'm getting at. You have heard the history of the Sky Tower clan, but not the Worm Doom clan. I guarantee it's different. Dorch, I think this is perhaps your story to tell. Would you like to recount what happened?
Dorge looks to his feet, and for the first time he doesn't look nearly as confident as what he has been before. And she is. Well, there was a child who was playing, and out of nowhere a griffin came up and kicked up a fuss, and that boy was scared. Very, very scared. He threw a rock in self-defense, and well, the griffin attacked this boy. Drew blood, almost killed him before he had even the chance to go through this rite of passage. Well, now the tribe, they felt their honor was tarnished somehow to let a wild beast like that, not fully trained, to be so close to the children and to attack in such a manner. Well, they took their revenge. They got the griffin and they killed it. But it was only right. That child, he has been scarred for life. And those people over there could not accept that vengeance.
In the Sky Doom clan, their story is quite different. They say we attacked the griffin mindlessly and hunted it down for prey, for fun effectively, which is just nonsense. And it is this grievance that we've had for a long time. We slayed the griffin out of self-defense, as anybody would. We could not have it attacking our children. But they are pestered by this dragon, so it is interesting.
May I ask, did anybody talk to the other about the reasoning for what had happened?
Talking...
They didn't listen to us.
No, that is
Not
true.
at the time. They shooed us off the thing with a boy bleeding out. We had to beat our retreat when they were sort of so angry with what the boy had done. Well, the boy was there dying.
And we have tried to talk to them since, but they keep on insisting that we hunted their griffin needlessly, which is not true. We have come to blows more than once. People have died on both sides over this.
Do you not realise that the griffins to them are their children?
Their griffins attacked an innocent child.
There is one there, an old lady named Cloud Striker. She is aware that there would be a second side of the story, and she does not know what that second side of the story is. But she, I can tell you, is one who would be willing to listen. And I can guarantee we've had it on word that if we were to help defeat this dragon, with potentially your help, that they would listen as well.
Oh,
We are happy to mediate and tell both sides of the story.
Or for the sake of peace, the chief did say that he's happy to accept an apology, and that's super super cloak that you've got there.
So we understand that they need
No.
apologize too. We're sure of that. So why not let us try and help you sort this out? Because, as I'm sure you are just as aware, there is more fighting that needs to happen against Oriel, for one, let alone our brother tribes.
Stone Strider puts his hand up to talk to his chief and is like, if this is what will open up a mode of conversation, well, I feel it's only best that I help out so that I am there to tell our side of the story.
Well, you cannot go over there just, with open arms. You're more likely to relieve a javelin in the back more than anything. But I feel this provides an interesting opportunity. Us as the Wormdoon Crag tribe has sworn to defeat dragons anytime we see them. And it seems our fellow Goliath at Sky Tower Shelter also could use with this dragon being destroyed. But I will not send out my men. You said you're willing to do this yourself, George Stone Strider?
I absolutely am. I feel I need to do it. I would love to see their looks on their face as they realize that it was me who's taken this fell beast down. It was me who actually did it in the end. So yes, I would love to go and hunt this dragon with the others. And it looks like they need any help they can get. And he goes over to Garrett and he kicks some snow into his face off the ground to see if that wakes him up.
Nope.
Well, that's uncalled for, said Whimsy. So does this mean we're going to hunt a dragon?
I'm game.
We will happily accept your help if it means to, one, defeat this dragon, and two, potentially bring peace to you all.
You are committed to this task, George Stone Strider?
Absolutely, and he goes to the wall and he gets a large maul, a maul that looks like it's been carved out of the femur of a dragon. He gets it and he hits his chest with it twice.
Ah, okay.
By the power of Grayskull.
Goliath, huh?
7'10", by the way, everyone. just to
Wow.
how big I am.
I
Yeah,
must
it's
look
in
like
the
a pet
tents.
for you.
Yeah. I'm still a medium-sized creature. I'm long and lanky. I'm not nearly as tough-looking as the other Goliaths, but
Yeah.
I
Say-
tower above most people.
Would you say too big for an X-Big?
Maybe I'll probably use it like those bicycles that those modern things with no pedals, like a toddler. I'll kick along at the same time.
So
Balance
Balance bike, yeah.
a legless X-Big. Excellent.
And just
I look
as you're
kinda
saying
like,
this, Garrett comes to.
Yeah. I look like like someone from Avatar, like that sort of lean but wiry sort of musculature.
Okay, so you're going to accompany us on this
Absolutely.
next little bit. Okay, we'll
Oh,
see how this
no.
goes.
For the glory. I think I'll do the lion's share of all the fighting. A
You are
drow
so
that's scared
welcome.
of the dark.
Oh, if you've got something to prove, by all means.
He is taken aback by Whimsy, though. He's very impressed. And he seriously is considering that she must have some Goliath in her. She's a miniature Goliath in his head.
Also, Whimsy sings when she's really nervous, and you probably heard a lot of singing coming out of that tunnel.
Do you want to do a performance check to see how good the singing was?
It was a song about about going to hell and back with her friend Malamak. Did you want to hear it?
I've heard enough.
In fact, You remind her a little bit of Malamek in that you're both kind of tribal.
There are some similarities there.
Well, I think you need to be on your way.
Probably need to heal up
Yes.
Garrett first.
Thank you for your hospitality. What
You're
time
welcome.
of day is it?
We'll say by the time you travelled from the other tribe, you rode just before nightfall. Chief Ogulai
In that
suggests you can take a long rest here if you so choose. Which I guess functionally will just be Garrett getting his hit points back.
Well, have you?
I get my
you say
bliss
you
back.
have. So you say you have spells. Do you have anything to take down a giant flying beast? You may
There
as
is.
well be useful. He says
Who were
that
you
over
asking that to?
to the high elf over there. You said that she had some spells.
I do.
She's got spells. Yeah, she can heal stuff. She
Yeah,
can
she's
turn
got
into stuff.
arrows too. Yeah, she's
Still
fine.
feeling a bit shell-shocked after the flashbacks.
Yeah.
You feel that taste on your tongue again, taking you back.
Ugh.
Once, yeah. You know what they say?
Sideways glancing Tarvin, just
You're
thinking
forever changed.
a little bit of cardamom.
And, the rune stones that we used, were they consumed in checks? Malcolm?
The rune stones you used, yeah, they're consumed. It's a once only
Okay,
thing, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, once only, yep.
Yeah. Just got to remove them from inventory, that's right.
I've got
So
sorry, I've got augury, which means I can choose sticks, dragon bones, or cards or divining tools if you need that sort of thing in the near future.
Okay.
We are going to kill this dragon, or should I say, I'm going to kill this dragon. We'll be fine.
Perhaps this evening you could do some divining and see what the future holds for all of us. In regarding this
Good
dragon.
idea. That's a good idea. One
Okay,
mind
so-
of things. Nice
Do we-
vegetarian curry.
sorry. Garrett, would you appreciate a short rest or something? Or
Oh,
It's
well,
nighttime, so we might need to. Either way.
Take a long
Yep.
rest
So-
here in the. Yeah.
Yeah.
rested.
rested?
Alright, in terms of where the dragon is, I did indicate that to you last time. And the dragon is kind of in the middle of both tribes. So this kind of peak over here.
Okay.
And do we know if it's in a lair or if it's just hanging out there?
The people from Sky Tower Shelter saw it landing there. That's all they know.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, no, its kind of base of operation is on this mountain here. That's it.
Any words of wisdom, Dorg? Dorge? Whatever. Sorry, excuse me. You're,
Dorge.
you know, what are the dragon's weaknesses?
The main thing you've got to watch out for is its breath attack. And also, you need to figure out a way to stop it from flying around. If it flies around, well, there's sweet oil that I can do from down on the ground. But if you can figure a way to keep it down, that's what I feel. And don't let the bastard escape. Whatever you do. If it flies up and flies away, oh, you never know when it's going to strike out of nowhere.
Keeping that in mind, I do have. What did anyone have like a whole person spell, something like that, or not person, but maybe entangle, anything like that?
Shajaya,
Like web?
Yeah.
Shajaya speaks up
Yeah.
and says she knows of a spell called Earthbind. And this is what Earthbind will do. It's a druidic spell.
It's
Let me have a look here.
It's a save or suck spell, like it's a strength save, but if it works, it's really useful.
In other words, if it works, it sucks the dragon to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got spike growth, but that doesn't stop it.
No.
Oh.
It will slow it down.
Would you like to prepare Earthbind, Shajaya?
Yes, I'd have to. I haven't got it on my spell, so I just have. Do I add it to my spells?
Let me help you out with that.
Yeah,
So the thing is, you're going to have to choose one spell that you don't want now.
That's all right. I will choose protection from evil and good, and get rid of that, and change it for Earthbind.
Okay,
Were we
protection.
still having you do augury on that night time?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep unless you think I could replace it with something better. I thought that's quite a good. Oh.
Augury is very specific. It's a course of action
Yeah.
that you'll take in the next 30 minutes. So it's not going to help you with the
Okay.
dragon, because that's not going to help in the next 30 minutes.
As
Okay,
an
so-
experienced tracker, I can detect where the dragon might be if it's within a mile of us. I might be able to at least give us some warning, but I'll have to expend some of my spell slots to do that when we get closer to its lair, or where it's hiding on that mountain.
This one might also be useful for Shajai too, just helping out with your spells here.
Beautiful.
This one, if it hits you with like ice damage, you can cast a spell and take half of the damage.
Oh, okay.
So if it hits you for like 40 points of ice damage, you can say, I cast Absorb Elements, and it'll reduce to half.
Oh, that sound okay. That's
Okay,
a good
so-
one, because
so
I
I've got-
didn't know we were going to fight the dragon. You see.
Well, this is the beauty of druids. They can
Yeah.
change their spells on the fly.
I was trying to charm the griffins, not fight the dragons.
Let's
But
see.
I'm ready to fight the dragons. So. It's
Does
swap
everyone
that
have
then.
good frost protection? Cold protection?
George has
Nope.
cold defenses.
I have none either. Tarvin has none.
Yeah.
There is a spell you could cast once again, Shajai. It's called Protection from Energy. And you can choose one person, and for that 1 hour, they will have resistance to cold damage.
Right.
Okay?
And I can. I'll ask you to. Could you do that for me, because I'm
Yeah.
having trouble.
I'm doing all of this for you, Shajai.
Oh, cool. I'm looking at known spells here.
Yep. So you'd have to either... now, technically, you can't actually cast Revivify because you don't have diamonds. So what we could do, we
Okay.
could swap out Revivify and put in Protection from Energy. How does that sound?
It sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, so Revivify we'll get rid of. So you really need that diamond because... yep. And Protection, whoops. And then Protection from Energy. So this is what Protection from Energy does. So obviously you could have that person resistant to cold. Half damage, in other words. Okay. So useful things you can do. You can protect people from energy. You can cast Earthbind to potentially get the dragon to start flying around, which is its biggest advantage. And you have absorb element. So if you personally get hit, then you take half damage. So in other words, you could almost give yourself half damage and someone else half damage.
Okay.
Absorb elements doesn't require concentration.
Yeah. Earthbind and protection from energy do, though.
That's
So
a good
if you-
point.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you can only concentrate on one at a time.
Yeah, so what he's saying is you can either cast Earthbind or protection from energy. So
Like
you
if
can't...
Earthbind doesn't work, you can cast protection from energy, or vice versa. Yeah.
All right. I think you're prepared for a dragon fright, Shajaya. As prepared as anybody can be.
Yes,
Certainly more
very
prepared than
nice.
us. Yeah.
Speak for yourself. I haven't
Have you
settled
heard-
on this accent. It's gone from Dutch to South African to Irish now. I don't know.
I think you're just trying to figure it out, work it out. Maybe next week you'll be...
No, I'm just trying to make it not really placed anywhere. Just make him from the mountains of this continent.
Yeah, when
You
I
can have
try
an,
accents, my tends to drift as well.
Like the snow.
There we go. Okay, so you rest up. Shajai spends some times communing with nature, getting some new spells. Garrett, you get nice and rested up, and Chief Ogalai says, "Well, if there's any preparation you need to do, now would be the time to know it. Otherwise, follow Dorge's lead. He knows these mountains, and he can take you."
And this is a white dragon we're chasing down, yeah?
So, white dragon, yes.
The only other thing that, just to throw it out there, is if we wanted to be sneaky. Just to throw that out there as well. But anyway. I'm ready. We have a good meal.
With Whimsy, she's more of an offensive. She's the cannon.
Yeah. All right.
So, with
And,
your Dorge, with the tribe wishing you well.
Yep. He tucks himself up into his hide armor. He's forging on ahead with his mace just there on his side, sort of almost using it like a walking stick. He sets out in front,
Okay, so knowing...
expecting everyone else.
Yep.
And as a stone strider, like the mountains are no issue for him. He can just walk through it, these big giant steps and that sort of thing, heading in the direction. It's halfway through, he sort of looks down at these rangers and say, "Well, do one of you want to take the lead for a little bit?" Almost like trying to test them.
Alvin, do it.
Yeah. Definitely. This is my forte. I'm from not these parts, but similar mountainous regions, so I would definitely put myself forward there.
Make a
Alright,
survival
well, I'm
check
from these parts.
at advantage. Harvin.
Dun, 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 coming right up.
You
Not so good.
stride on ahead with confidence. You're doing well. You're not getting people falling down into caverns or cracks in the ice or anything like that. Or crevasse, yes. But just as you're about to take the lead, the weather gets significantly worse. Garrett, fearing what this bad weather could mean, you look up. And your worst fears, the worst thing that can happen on the side of the mountain, does in fact happen. And you hear an almighty crack as you look and you see a mountain of snow just coming hurtling towards you. Was he the only one who saw it though? Or did he see it at all? I don't know. So, Tarvin, this is your natural habitat, as it were, right?
Yeah.
So all of these checks I'm going to ask you can do at advantage, as can Dorge Stone Striker as well. Everybody else, you just need to make these flat rolls for me, though. So there's this crack and these mountain of snow comes hurtling towards you. But did you actually see it? Do you see it before it's too late? I don't know. Make me a perception check, please, everybody. Okay. Oh, very good. 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, okay. So that is excellent. All over 15. So maybe with the help of both Dorj and Tarvin, you look around and you see it coming, and you're prepared, and you take a stand, looking, which way should I go now? Which way should I just go over there, get underneath that boulder over there? You look around, you don't know. Make me an acrobatics check to see if you can avoid this mountain of snow coming down to you. So make me acrobatics checks.
But all acrobatics?
Yep, Tarvin, no problem. Dodging out the way. Shajaya, bounce. No problem. Bugsy, same. Garrett, you're hit by one boulder, a bunch of snow, you kind of tumbling. Whimsy, same thing. Face full of snow, you're not doing terribly well. Now people have started failing. We have Garrett failing 1, Whimsy failing 1. So the rest of you dodge out the way, but Dorj, Whimsy, and Garrett, the people who are apparently best at this. Garrett, this one's at advantage as well. All of these rolls are... Oh, that was Tarvin. Sorry, that was Tarvin. Tarvin, yeah, sorry. Tarvin. But Dorj, Whimsy, Garrett, face full of snow, boulder cracks you on the side of the head. You're momentarily disabled as the snow continues to pound down. Now there's no subtlety at all involved. It's just a matter of pushing your way through the snow. There's trees coming down as I try and push them out the way. Everybody make me an athletics check, please.
I was a natural explorer in the Arctic regions, but this is mountains, not Arctic. Is that correct?
Oh, this is very much a mountain challenge. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Oh!
Athletic, was it?
Is this advantage
Athletics.
still for me?
Yep, advantage for Tarvin and Dorj.
5.
Okay. So Whimsy failed twice. Garrett failed twice. Dorj failed once.
Yeah, sorry.
Shajaya just failed once. Tarvin, how did Tarvin do? I think you succeeded on all of them.
Yeah.
Who am I?
Did I fail or succeed that one?
Bug. No,
14.
it's a failure. So I'm missing Bugs. So you just failed one though, Bugs.
Yes,
Oh.
the last one.
And there's also a dog. Do you want to make some rolls? Those 3 rolls for a boy, please, Garrett.
Okay, I'm sorry, I was just going to have a quick look at the character sheet to see if he has any advantages in these. What has he got? What's the thing that he's got? He has skill acrobatics +2, so was it an acrobatics test and athletics, which would just be a dexterity test, is it?
Yeah, but it doesn't have it, then just do the dexterity.
Okay. So that was the acrobatic.
Nope. Nope.
No, that's the same roll though, because dexterity is acrobatics. He should be on a strength, athletics, and
That was for
wisdom.
Not that it makes
yeah.
much difference in terms of the
Well,
thing
it
there.
fails. And make him a wisdom check as well. Oh, boy.
That's really sad.
That's very sad.
We have to dig him out.
So this is what happens. Dorj, Shajaya, and Bugs, you avoid the worst of it. You all can take this amount of damage. So, that's a good roll. So Shajaya,
Can I
Bugs,
do
and Boy.
uncanny dodge on that?
Could you do uncanny dodge on that? Yeah, I'll give you uncanny dodge on that.
Thank you.
So this is for just Shajaya, Bugs, and Dorj, all take 9
What
points
sort
of
of damage is it?
bludgeoning damage.
Bludgeoning. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay. Whimsy and Garrett. you get bludgeoned a lot. You can take 2d10. So, who was that? That was Garrett and Whimsy. You can take 12 points of damage. And poor old boy can take 3d10. Ooh! 23 points of damage to boy. And you look around. And it gets worse. You look around and you see the head of Garrett and Whimsy. You're both kind of buried up to your chest. You're struggling, but you're buried up to your chest. Maybe with a little help you could get out. But you look around. Where's Boy? You don't see Boy. So with Garrett and Whimsy buried up to the chest, Dor, Shajara, and Bugs free, and Boy? Where's Boy? Oh, wait a minute. And Tarvin made us all, so Tarvin's fine. Yep.
Yeah,
What do you do?
Tarvin's fine.
Bugs is gonna rush over to try and dig out Garrett or Whimsy.
Tarvin will help. Yeah.
George has got like lots of strength when it comes to lifting and pushing things. He's like a size bigger for it all. He'd like to he'll take Whimsy, I think. He can't help find Boy, but he'll try and just try and grab Whimsy, like plunge his arm underneath the snow and like yoink her out from underneath her.
Whimsy looks like a wet dog.
Underneath the
Okay, make an athletics check to pull out Whimsy. Oh, you struggle. Whimsy's lodged in there tight. It takes you a full minute to try and get her out.
Had that extra elk that she ate at dinner.
Garrett, you two are trapped in the snow. You're shouting out, "Find Boy!"
Yeah, Bugs offers
Yes.
Garrett some rope. Let's get you out so we can find Boy, Garrett.
Get some guidance on
Find
that.
Boy first. Find him first. I'm just in the snow. Dig him
All
out.
right. Well, Tarvin will start digging. Where do you think he is?
Would have been by Garrett, right? He was at his
Okay,
side.
I'll start digging around Garrett, where I think Boy might have been.
You don't
Last
know,
scene,
but
anyway.
you can try digging there if you like. Make
Yep.
a perception check.
Get some
Okay.
guidance on that. Shazai, help him.
This is
Help him with
not
some
an
guidance.
advantage, is it? No, it's just normal straight roll.
Normal straight roll.
Okay.
Oh, rather miraculously, you do find the location where Boy is. So Tarvin, you reach in and you dig and you dig and dig, and you find the boy. Boy's in a very unfortunate position. He's basically on his back, flashing around. He doesn't know which way is up, which way is down. But you do drag him out, and he looks a very sad little puppy. So much so that he can have 2 levels of exhaustion, Garrett, if you want to take note of that.
There you go, Garrett.
And with the
Here's your
immediate
boy.
with Boy now effectively safe, you can get Whimsy and Garrett out easily enough. But Whimsy and Garrett, you can also have a point of exhaustion.
Didn't I get Whimsy out? Didn't George get Whimsy out?
Not with an 11, you didn't.
Okay, alright, cool.
How do we record exhaustion again on the sheet? Where's that? Where would I put that in?
That is
The conditions?
on your sheet on
At the bottom of active conditions. It says add active conditions and you scroll down to the bottom and you can get the levels of exhaustion.
It's just under where your hit points are.
Yeah, next to defenses.
Oh, active conditions. Yeah, okay, cool.
Scroll down and
Exhaustion,
click.
you're saying there's one for me?
Under your hit points, there's another little box. Says defenses and
Oh, yeah.
conditions. Yep.
Cool. One. That's not fun. She's tired.
Not an auspicious start. Picking yourself up, dusting yourself off, you start heading further
Shall we
on.
heal? Shall we heal first?
Yes, because once healing, you take away an exhaustion, right?
Nope.
No, you have to have a
No?
long rest for that.
You have to have a long
okay.
rest to take it away.
Up per
But,
level.
Yeah, for hit points before we go and see a dragon.
Yeah, we better be up in hit points.
Can we take a short rest, or is it too miserable out here?
Is an
Dorsch.
avalanche zone as well. I
Pardon?
wouldn't rest in an avalanche zone.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like we walk out of the valley, go to
Vince.
a ridge line or something like that.
Well, let's
Tama's
see.
not too keen to stop, but I can offer a cure wound spell. I do have one of those.
Whimsy will take that if nobody else needs it. She's down to
I need some.
three.
Well,
Not much.
I've got that too, so I can give you a hand there.
there you go.
Alright,
10
thank you.
points,
Yeah.
Whimsy. 10
Hey,
points.
thank you.
I'd gratefully take it. Thanks, Shazaya.
And I'm going to cast a cure wounds onto Boy as well.
Okay.
So, Sorry, how many did you use, Shazaya? How many did you want to use?
It must be it came up 3 times, sorry.
I'll take the first one. 5
I'll
healing.
take the first one. Thank you.
It must be my keyboard, I think.
Yeah, your keyboard or your connection.
In fact, I know it's my keyboard. Because the O doesn't work anymore.
Damn, oh.
You don't
It's
need
the
that
height.
letter.
It's overused
Dirge
vowels. Who needs
Strider.
them?
Dirge Strider.
It's Verated anyway.
Overrated, I get it.
Gator.
Well, I can't leave Boy injured, so I'm going to cast another cure wounds on him since he's so beat up. Yeah, okay, could do better than that.
So after taking a moment to fire off some healing, feel free to heal out some more if you like. Thankfully, the winds start to die down a little bit. But it's still bad outside. It's not quite as bad though. But the winds do die down a little bit. And you find yourself at the base of this mountain. And you look up and you know if you start heading up to this mountain, at some point you'll eventually reach the peak of the mountain. What would you like to do?
So I'm going to want to, since I've got this ability to detect animals in this preferred environment, to try and detect the dragon. Let me just pull that up.
Sure.
Features and traits, I think. So I have something called Primeval Awareness. Which means that I can use an action. I'm going to spend one of my ranger spell slots, focus your awareness on the region around you, and for a minute there I can sense whether the dragon's actually present in this train. It doesn't reveal its exact location or number, but that's what I'm looking to detect to see if we are in fact within that mile of the dragon.
Okay, so you're using Primeval Awareness.
Yep.
For the one you can...
Oh, it's actually, well, that's why I asked you whether it was mountainous or arctic or a combination of the both, because otherwise it's 6 miles that I can detect it.
I'm going to say...
But we
it
reckon
will grow,
the circle was about a mile anyway, wasn't it?
I'll say that you've kind of reached the base of this mountain, getting ready to go up. So I'll say technically you're in your favoured terrain. And there is a dragon present within 6 miles. Dragon or dragons, you don't know?
Whimsy cast Mage Armor. Oh,
Okay.
20, D20.
Oh, yep.
Do we run in, or do we sneak in and get positioned for an ambush? Well, not an ambush, but you know.
I mean,
Oh.
oh no.
Oh, okay. Wait a sec.
Oh,
Let me get up the rule here.
my gosh.
It gives a D percentage.
Wait, can't you use the D6 if you've got it, depending what it's for?
No. Yep, roll me a D100, Whimsy.
Yeah, hopefully +8 on all attack rolls.
Is that for mage armor?
He's
Yep,
got
it's a
50, this is for his wild magic.
Oh.
57.
It's a Chevrolet, isn't it?
Bring that table up so I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll whisper it to you. It's a kind of not end of the world, depending on what you do. But I'll whisper. I looked it up for you, Whimsy, and this is what a 57 does. And I'll say you know that.
Right. Okay. Just like, uh-oh. That's all that happens. Oh, my spell didn't work. Oh, does it work? Does the spell work?
Oh yeah, it works. It still works. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, 42 is a bad one to roll.
I didn't know that was about. I was just trying to make a hitchhiker's joke.
Oh, this is what happens
so
on a.
whoever went and did the.
I wonder if the writers of this are actually fans of
That 42.
of Douglas Adams. This is 42.
Absolutely.
Because if you remember, at some point, the whales, when they engage the Infinity Drimes, turns into a potted plant, and then
There
falls
we
to
go.
its
Yeah.
doom. So I wonder.
That's it.
I wonder. They're Douglas Adams fans.
Almost definitely.
I have no doubt. Yeah.
100%.
And 7 to 8 is bad as well. This is what that one does.
Yeah. Does that fireball hit him as well?
Centered on, yes. Yep.
Yep.
You know, I'm sure that one wouldn't be an accident. She just got too encapsulated by fireball.
Yeah.
But there are some neat ones like this. Alright, that's useful if that happened in combat.
Oh, yeah. But I wonder what's happened to Whimsy. Do we notice anything with Whimsy? Like, we'll obviously notice the sort of shimmering mage armor, but do we notice anything?
She just
from the
goes,
outside?
uh-oh. And then that's all she says. Oh, nothing.
Or,
It's all good. Phew,
oh,
that
she
was
can
perfect.
speak words.
Yeah.
That spell went off perfectly.
Oh, let's go hunt a dragon.
Okay,
About a minute, maybe?
you look up the mountain. It's going to take hours to get up this
A
mountain.
minute, okay.
I'm trying to work this out. What could it be?
Does she speak with a deeper voice? Has she changed gender or something?
Would our climbing gear come in handy here, Mark? I think so.
It would, but this initial climb up the mountain is not necessary to have mountain gear on it.
Oh, I see.
It's easy enough to go up this initial part of the mountain. And how are you going up the mountain? You're just going up efficient ways? Are you sneaking up? What are you doing? Sending scouts ahead?
I think it'd be better.
Good sneak, right?
Yeah, I think so. If we had some advantage over the dragon, if possible, we could trap it, pin it to the ground, and then attack
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so I'll make this a group stealth check as you gradually head up the mountain. So everybody make me a stealth check, please. Oh, Bugsy. Oh, still a 12. 13, 15. Oh, wow, that's all pretty good.
Yeah.
So even Bugsy stealthing as poorly as she possibly can. It's just doing slightly better than Talvin.
Slightly.
So as you gradually sneak up this mountain, going ever so slowly, probably being led by Dorj and Tarvin, even though that wasn't a great roll by Tarvin.
Nope.
You do head up. And just as the mountain is starting to get a bit steeper, you say there's another blast of wind that kind of cuts through the mountain as you're sneaking up. And as the far east clear, you see 4 small figures, and they catch your attention up ahead. First question, does anybody speak Draconic?
Yes. George does.
Dorj, okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I don't.
Okay, so just Dorj, just Dorj. Dorj, let's go voice channel 2 for a second.
Sure thing.
So what you hear, you get a closer look, and I'm going to say you've seen these creatures hanging around here before. They're in fact kobolds. And what you know about kobolds is they're very fond of dragons.
Yep.
And what you hear them saying basically is they want to go up to the mountain and swear their allegiance to Frostfang. They're on almost like a holy mission to prostrate themselves before the Frostfang, the dragon. And they also kind of debating amongst themselves whether they want to take out a giant as well, because they feel the giant and the dragon are at odds somehow. So maybe to get favor for Frostfang, maybe they could take out a giant first, and they're kind of debating this back and forth. So they want to worship Frostfang, which you assume is the dragon, and they're debating whether they should take out a giant on the way, but they're a little bit scared because, shit, it's a giant.
It's a giant. Yeah.
It's a giant, but they know that the giant and the dragon are at odds, so they're debating back and forth.
Do they? Can I see if they're like well armed or anything like that? Is that, if they're well equipped for this?
Actually, we'll go back and we'll answer their questions with other people's perceptions checks. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's pop back.
I'm gonna share. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go back.
Cool. Okay, sorry guys. I'm now going to go back to my tribe. Dorj goes back to his tribe. Rolling up a new character. I've got that other one in my bag. Right. Basically I pull you guys down and get you to call it, say, the frickin' kobolds. They're heading up the mountain to swear allegiance to Frostfang, but that's not all. They're saying that somewhere along the way they might encounter a giant that's potentially an enemy of Frostfang. Does anyone here speak giant?
Garrett.
Aren't you part giant?
Yes, I do. I speak giant too, there's me. Sorry, I'm only just come realizing how much. Oh, and why am I speaking like Mullamuck as well? I'm sorry, why am I speaking like that? Alright, well then.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, I think perhaps we need to take out these kobolds. I'm just going to have a look, see if you can see as well, see if they're well equipped.
Does anybody know how big this dragon is we're trying to track down?
You want us to see if they're well equipped?
Yeah, I want to have a look and see if they're well equipped.
Okay.
These kobolds.
Oh.
Who's sneaky?
Yeah.
Dorj, you have a look. 2 of them don't have any armor on them at all, carrying just a dagger. Notice a spell component pouch at their side, and you figure they're some type of magic wielding ones. That's what they look like.
Mm-hmm.
And the other ones have leather armor, shield, and having a spear. There's two of each of these.
Okay, so 2 fighter guards and 1 who are two magic using ones. If we are sneaky, we could get the drop on them. Or
I'm gonna try and
we
win.
could follow them and see if they engage with this dragon. We could track them, and perhaps while they're fighting the dragon, we can get the drop on them. Talk to this. Sorry, not the dragon. Sorry, the giant. And take them out on behalf of the giant, and perhaps get the giant to fight on our behalf.
Ooh, I like that plan.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, as big as you are, George, a giant would be much better.
Let's do what you said.
So, yeah, can we track them from a distance and follow them sort of up the hill? So, are they moving at the first?
It just needs one of you to track from a distance. We can be further behind, and I can cast my messenger spell and be in contact with that person who's doing the tracking.
Yeah.
Who can tell us where to go.
So who's doing the tracking?
Well, I'm survival +6 and I'm the scout character, so I might be suitable for doing so. Is there anybody else that thinks they might like to take on this challenge?
Does
Close behind you,
Tarvin get
+5.
advantage in the mountains? Does Tarvin get advantage for tracking in the mountains?
Oh, yes, I do. It does say that.
I'm
Yeah.
also exhausted, so that means I'm probably at disadvantage on skill checks, is it?
Yep, that's correct. So you'd be at disadvantage on survival. That's true.
As well, tracking, I learned the exact number, sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area. Oh, yeah, we already kind of know that.
You
But
do?
yes, yeah. But I think, Garrett, you've got a better survival skill. I've got +5. You got +6.
Yeah, but I'll be doing it at disadvantage because I'm so exhausted after getting hit in the avalanche.
Right.
So, need to be
Just bearing that in mind, I'm beat. I'm bushed. I got scared by the dragon.
All right.
And there, yeah, I think maybe I need to defer to your mountaineering.
So confirming, Malcolm, I can do advantage? The
Yes.
tracking?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. If it, well, what
We can
role would that
follow
be?
120 feet behind you.
Do we need to do a group stealth again if we're going to hold back?
Well, let me get clear
Okay,
what's
cool.
happening. Tarvin is going ahead, and the rest of you are following. How far behind?
120. Oh, let's say 100 feet behind. Maybe 120 max. If he gets
Okay.
ahead a little bit.
Do you
No
want
further.
to link then mentally with him
That's
if
what I
we're
was
going to be
planning
that
to
far
do.
behind?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was planning to do, so that we were not messing up his stealthiness.
Okay.
Tarvin's just quickly shedding his scale mail to improve his stealth.
So, see?
George will happily carry that for him, and he looks at it and goes, "Ooh, this looks nice. You have one in my size?"
Marvin, did you need me to scout ahead with you stealthily so you've got someone there, or are you good?
Sure, you're pretty stealthy. I'll track and you just accompany with your stealthiness. That sounds fine. Let's do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't got the best track record with stealth. That's what I'm worried about.
My last one was the one, but we'll see how we get this time.
So
Just
Tarvin
remember,
and...
we'll be about 4 standard rounds behind you.
4 standard
George-
rounds.
George can actually get up
You know.
really quickly. He's got fast movement, and his climb speed is the same as his walking speed, although he still has
That's
to
really-
roll climb thing. So he can, in a round, he can actually go 120 feet,
Oh, okay.
but do nothing else because he can take a dash action. Plus, he can take a dash action as a bonus. Oh,
Worst-
oh
the
no!
worst
Actually,
thing-
I can only do that if I'm raging. Sorry, I won't be able to do that. But I can go 80 feet in a round. So we
Impressive.
should
the
say
worst
80
thing-
feet.
Oh, we might as well say 100. Oh, sure, 80. Yeah.
Okay,
So the worst thing that can happen right now is if the kobolds reach the dragon, right?
If they
And
reach
it's-
the dragon, yeah,
That's a possibility. There might not be a giant, or they might not encounter the giant.
yeah.
But who? It's
How
worth
far-
it. It's worth it. I reckon.
Yeah, if they encounter the giant, then we could potentially get an ally in the fight.
Yeah. Or do you want to track and then we'll stealth it?
There you go.
Okay, so make a survival check at advantage, and I guess everybody make a stealth check, and don't forget those who are exhausted need to make it at disadvantage.
What's the disadvantage
I'm
fast
up
kid?
front with Carbon.
For one, if you're exhausted, all these checks are at disadvantage.
For exhaustion.
Due to exhaustion, yes.
Hotkey?
Oh,
Oh, I found it.
I'm glad you guys are hanging
I
back.
know.
Yeah.
I was just looking at that. Grief.
No.
Garrett's okay, so is Whimsy.
So who's up ahead? It's Bugsy and
Just
Tarvin.
Bugs and Carbon.
Bugs and Tarvin. So Tarvin, 15, 31. 31, my goodness, Bugs. That's the opposite end of the scale.
Making up for before.
Okay, so Bugsy and Tarvin, as you scoot ahead about 80 feet again, just dancing through the snow, trying to be as quiet as you possibly can be. Dor, Shajaya, Garrett, and Whimsy, with various degrees of success, you manage to hide as best you can, keeping an eye on Tarvin and Bugs as best you can. Tarvin and Bugs, you track them up the mountain without them noticing. They continue to babble back and forth in Draconic. You can't understand what they're saying, though. And eventually, after about, I'll say, an hour of tracking these up the mountain, you get to a cave. And you pause, because this is the first time that the kobolds have paused. And they pause outside the cave. And you look down and check these tracks once again, Tarvin. And you notice two things. There's obviously four kobolds altogether, but you also notice some much, much bigger tracks. Like tracks maybe 6, 7, 8 feet in length. And it doesn't take a genius to know that these are giant tracks. And using your special... actually, that was Garrett who had that special ability.
Which ability was that? The
exact number of creatures.
That was me.
Tarvin?
Well, that was
That was
Tarvin.
me. Yeah.
2 giant tracks, you notice. 4 kobolds, 2 giants. So there's not a giant, there's 2 giants. And
I
these
can also tell, sorry, how long ago they passed through, if that's helpful.
less than an hour. Maybe 50
Okay.
minutes, something like that. Okay. And you see that they've paused outside this cave and they're kind of chatting back and forth. You don't know what they're saying, but they are chatting back and forth. Seemingly having some debate of some sort. What do you do?
Whimsy says to George, maybe you want to creep up there and see what those what the kobolds are saying, because the other two can't understand.
Wait, so you've let Whimsy know? Right, George.
Okay, sure.
Alright, yeah.
I warn the others that George is coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's in their head, so
George.
she knows.
George attempts to, climb up as quietly as he possibly can.
Okay, so before these Garrett and Winsby's good roll counteracted Dorge's and Shajaya's terrible roll. So this is going to be you all on your own. And do you have a level of exhaustion?
No?
Okay, so, yep, straight stealth roll. 12. Let me check passive perceptions. Okay, you creep up and get down beside Tarvin and Bugs. You almost slip at the last second. And you do slip and you crash down into the snow, making a very audible noise. The kobolds look around. They scan the horizon. They shake their heads and they go back to debating. And you're just going to translate what they're saying effectively, Dorge?
Sure.
Yeah, so they're debating whether to take on the giant. They definitely use a singular form of it, giant. And they, after a good 10 minutes of bickering back and forth, they've come upon a plan. They will go up, tell the dragon what they found, and they think that between the dragon and the 4 of them, they could defeat this giant. And number 1, whatever the giant and the dragons have the animosity will be resolved. Because you'd also know that dragons and giants are very, very ancient foes.
How far away are they from us?
From the front group, we'll say 50 feet.
Okay, so has George just told us that?
Yep.
Okay, Tarvin's whispering. I say, okay, we have no choice. We've got to ambush these guys, but perhaps we should make a lot of noise so the giants come out.
That's what I was thinking of doing.
Yeah.
I was thinking, George says, I can yell out in Draconic. I think I might deceive them.
What's her name? Whimsy. What's her name? Whimsy suggests that she, through her messenger, that if she can creep up there, she's currently pretty tired, but maybe if she can get some guidance, then she can creep up there and fire off a web before they even know it, if they clump together, and then she can get them all in the web, and then we can all start yelling and making as much noise as we want.
I'm fearful that they're going to go.
They're already starting to move, aren't they?
Starting to move.
Or making
Are they?
noise too.
Okay, I didn't realise that.
Let's act now. I was thinking of yelling. I'm thinking of deceiving them in Draconic, trying to get them to attack the giant.
Go for it.
And
Do it. Anything. Do it now.
All right,
so
this is what you see at the moment. Okay, here's the front group. You're kind of hiding behind this rock. These are the kobolds looking to go into this cave here. And you guys are like 80 or so back. Everybody here. So, actually...
So the giant is in this cave? Or is...
Yeah, that leads into a cave, presumably where the giant is. And
Who speaks giant? Is it Garrett, right? And also you, George?
what?
Yep.
Do you speak giant? Maybe you could yell out to the giants in their language.
Yeah, well, George has got a different plan. He's going to try and set these kobolds up for failure. So George sort of yells out in Draconic,
Maggots, who are you to come here and try and prostrate yourselves in my honor? This is Frostfang. If you want to do me a good honor, you should attack the giant yourself.
he yells that out in Draconic.
okay, the map looks a bit funny, but this is, in fact, how far the other team is. I know it's a lot of white there, but that's fine. And so you yell out using what language? Using Draconic? No?
Draconic, yeah, I'm claiming Draconic, claiming to be Frostfang. Telling if they're going to come up here and cast their eyes upon me, you should attack.
Make a deception check for me, please. At disadvantage.
Shitty or worse?
You're not Frostfang! Who are you? Come out and show yourself!
And George comes running around the corner and starts yelling out in giant. And he's just going to run in and he yells out in giant,
There's some animals out here to attack you. Come out! Come out!
in giant.
Yep, it's that time.
Yeah.
Biggity biggity boom.
We'll see what happens with the giants. Everybody roll into initiative.
Oh, sorry, I didn't collect my token.
That's right, you can just roll again and then manually edit it.
Oh yeah.
And does Boy need a initiative roll as well?
He does. Acts on his own turn. Alright.
That was the 6 was the initiative for Boy.
Okay. Yeah, make sure boys in there. Oh, yeah, boys 6. Okay, that came through perfectly. Okay, so I will have you up here, kind of up a bit, Dorge, as you come in.
He was running.
Yep.
He was, yeah. So he gets 40 feet of movement in a turn, if that's okay.
Okay, so move 40 feet up from here. And then this is what will kick off initiative.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so he's right there.
Ah, stop! Stop yelling! Stop it! Bugs, what do you do?
Bugs is going to hop over the rocks
Uh-huh.
as a bonus action 5, 10, 15, and then run the rest of the 30, there, and attack.
All right. So with you're attacking this one here, obviously. Yep, yeah, your rapier comes through and
Yes.
goes deeply into the creature. You won't get sneak attack damage.
12 damage.
We really wanted to talk and you started all of this. But now we're going to eat you for dinner, rabbit! Garrett.
Bugs just looks at him, not understanding a word he says.
Right, so dash action for me, so that's 60 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Does that sound right?
60 would be 12.
Yep, you're
10
12
and
squares.
12. Yep.
Okay, so dashing up, and that's your action.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Dorge, Stone Strider.
Dorge clutches this little amulet around his chest and just goes into a rage and comes 1, 2 to here and wants to attack this man with a full attack action. So that's 2 attacks that he gets with his mace, wielding the mace around him. So I'll go into my rage, which is my bonus action.
Yep.
My action. Here we go. So that's the first one.
23. Who are you attacking?
I was attacking the sorcerer.
Okay, cool.
Are kobolds dragons?
I know why you're asking, and no, they're not. Technically, they're
cool.
humanoids.
All right, sweet. I'll roll my attack then. Boom. So that's 10 damage. Plus he gets a bonus for his rage. He gets another +2 on attack, I think.
Yep, that's 12. Yep.
So that's 12. And then he gets 2 attacks as part of his round. So he swings it back again. Gets 16.
16 looks like it's gonna hit. But at the last second, the kobold goes whoosh, and a shield appears in front of him, and it bounces off. But your first attack does hit it. You hack into him for 10 points of damage. He recoils back. 12 points of damage. Yep, 12 points of damage from your rage. Yep. But the second one gets shielded off. So let's put a shield on this one. You'll have to do better than that! Get him, boys!
He yells out in Draconic, I will.
Tarvin.
Okay. I'm just wondering if I do a Hunter's Mark. Hunter's Mark is a bonus action. Okay, so I am going to move to here.
Yep.
And I'm going to fire some arrows at this kobold up here, the magic user.
Because of the wind, it will be a disadvantage.
Okay. Even with sharpshooter? No, yeah, I suppose so. Okay. I'm also going to cast as a bonus action Hunter's Mark on that particular
This one?
kobold. So it'll be an extra +3. Okay, so here we go. First shot.
Okay, Hunter's Mark hit. It goes off. He is Hunter marked.
Oh, it's supposed to be a disadvantage, right?
Don't get disadvantage, yep.
I'll have to roll that again. Oh,
Yeah, so despite the thing, you shoot off and you get an excellent hit on this creature. So 8 points of damage. Nice.
plus 3.
+3, okay, yep, 11 points of damage with the Hunter's Mark. Got it?
That's my first attack, and here's my second attack, so I get 2 actions.
Yep.
Is that right? Yeah, okay. Disadvantage. Huh, it's okay too.
21. Oh, that was at disadvantage. Yes, nice.
Yeah.
Shoots again. Does another 10 points of damage, plus your hunter's mark again.
It was a 1d6, wasn't it? Yep. Okay.
Yes, just roll a d6. Yep.
There we go, 1. And I get 1 more attack because of it's my
Dread.
first turn. What was it? Dread Ambusher.
Yep. Let's take another attack. At disadvantage once again.
Wow.
Nice. Now let me just check one thing.
Do I just get Hunter's Mark? Oh, it's for every attack, isn't it?
It's for every attack, yep. So for Dread Ambusher.
Is it the same dice roll, or do I re-roll for each attack?
Now reroll for each attack.
Okay, cool. That's 9 plus 5, so 14 for that last one.
Yep, so arrow after arrow after arrow fly, and it just absolutely skewers the sorcerer, the third one taking him down.
Mean move, mate.
There we go.
Beautiful.
It's a Dread Ambusher for you. Okay, the Cobalt Sorcerer watches his friend fall beneath him, and he asks a question. And he says, I wonder what Shajaya's initiative to. Did you roll initiative, Shajaya? Are you with us, Shajaya? I think Shajaya must have stepped away for a second.
She said we're having a lot of rain here in Messenger.
Okay, internet keeps cutting out. Yeah.
Yeah, because of she's on the radio internet or whatever it is. You know, she's not on a line.
Yeah, here there's some storms hitting New Zealand as well, so maybe she's
Yes.
caught up on all of that. Okay, well, we'll just press on. Oh, okay, so the Cobalt Sorcerer. He will, with his shield up still. Okay. It is going to use some sorcery points to cast that at advantage. So it's going to be a 21. He's going to point it right in the face of George Stone Strider. And he gets to do this 3 times. Boop, boop. So 12. Does a 16 hit? I think it does. And you don't have resistance to these unless you have something extra special.
So that second one misses me, right? Because that's the roll to hit, right?
Yep, but the 21 and the 16 I think will hit you.
Okay, that last one, he's going to use his reaction, and he's going to use this. So you see him, and it's almost like his skin turns to stone a little bit. He's going to use Stone's Endurance, so I roll a D12.
Uh-huh.
Where's a D12?
And you reduce it by that amount.
D12 plus 2. I reduce it by 5.
Okay. So net effect, you take 12 points of damage. As this, the scorching ray cuts into the fireball. And you take
12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. Then... Okay, just a second. Actually, before that happens, is he going to stay there? Yep, he's going to stay there. The Dragon Shield right next to you, Dorge, as well. The Cobalt Dragon Shield is what they're known as. He is going to see you. And he is going to use Pack Tactics. And he's going to make 2 melee attacks at you, both at advantage, thanks to his Pack Tactics. Both of them were two-handed. Oh, 22. So, net effect 1 point of damage thanks to your rage. As he sticks you with it. It does hit, but net effect 1 point of damage thanks to your rage. He says, run! And he takes off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bugs and Dorge, you can have attacks of opportunity.
I used my reaction before. Does that mean I don't get an attack of opportunity?
That is true, but Bugs, you can have an attack of opportunity if you like. Oh.
And he gets stealth.
Oh, you do. You
21.
do. Yeah, it does hit.
Kill him.
No, it doesn't kill him, but he does take a serious hit on his retreat.
Yoink.
Now, the other sorcerer
It's dead.
is dead. Now, something else happens in the meantime. You all hear this boom, 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 and the ground starts shaking. You almost manage to, it's a struggle to stay on your feet, but a massive giant appears around the corner. And it's got this massive boulder in its hand. And it is going to throw this boulder at Bugs. Gets this massive rock and just goes and says something that you understand, Dorge, and it's basically get the hell out of here. And I assume at 25 hits.
Yes.
36 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm gonna take my uncanny dodge.
Okay. Okay, so there'll be 18 points of damage. And you hear it just yelling out, basically, get the hell out of here. That was that one, so he rolled an 8. So he goes there. Okay, so Bugs, yeah, you get a rock to the face. That's not good. That was the Frost Giant. Whimsy, what do you do?
She will run up 30 feet, I think, to there. I marked it out before. And she's, I think I can reach somebody with 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 120, either one. That sorcerer that was running away, I think I moved before him. Is that right? Or I move on a 6. Did he have higher than a 6?
He did. Yep, he had an 8.
Okay.
He higher than a 6.
I'll take a shot at this guy then with just the her flame bolt.
Okay, maybe at disadvantage because of the wind. So roll again.
Oh, it's a flame bolt. It's magic though. It's not a
It's still ranged.
So magic is affected by the wind.
Yeah. Any ranged attacks. Okay, so the firebolt gets caught up in the wind and just whoosh off into the ether.
Right, that's all she'll do.
Okay. The kobold dragon.
Boy.
Oh, sorry. Oh, boy. Sorry, boy.
All right, well, it'll be dash action for a boy anyway. He can do 40 feet per thing, so that's 80 feet. That puts him straight there. Get him, boy. Okay, he's off. End of action.
Okay.
Carry on.
And is Shazaya back?
Are you with us, Shazia? Oh, I hear
some
Shazia.
stuff. Shazaya's typing.
You with us, Shazia?
That might be me. That might be me typing.
It's me. Sorry, my connection
Hey.
just keeps dropping out to nothing.
That's okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. So, is it my turn?
We'll say it's your turn. Yep.
Okay.
You're all the way back here, though.
How far am I allowed to go?
You can use your entire turn to move 60 feet, which would be 12 squares.
Oh,
Would
that's
you-
not very far.
Or you can move 6 squares and cast a spell if you can reach anything.
Okay. I'm just looking here. I've got Moonbeam.
What's-
Third level Moonbeam,
Yep.
which is, I'm just checking how far it is. 120 feet.
Okay, well, you can
so
move
if I
up.
do-
Yep, you can move up 30 feet. Because
Yeah.
there's no downside to doing that, I guess. So move 6 squares to
30
the north.
feet is 6 squares.
Yep,
One.
On the same line as Whimsy, yeah.
yep.
Yeah, so I may not have enough range to shoot to do that
You do.
spell.
You do have range to
Do
do
I?
that spell. Yep.
Okay. I always forget I can do that. All right, well then I'll give it a whirl and hope it actually does something if you like.
Ah, that's an excellent idea.
Okay.
So, I believe it's a 5-foot radius.
Yep.
So if you see this thing here, oops,
Yes.
just move that around to exactly where you'd like to put it.
Okay. Whoops. Those two. It's hard to see. Is there 2 dead or 1?
One's
One.
dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I can only get 1.
Yep. Now I will
Yeah.
tell you that you would know this, that it doesn't
Yeah.
actually happen when you cast your spell. It actually happens on. Oh, actually,
It's when they move. Is it?
I mean, let me just change it. It happens on their turn, and you know that this
Okay.
creature hasn't had its turn. So if you
Yeah.
moved it on this one, it'd be a much more sensible way to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you cast Moonbeam, and a massive thing comes down. And now this is all getting a bit weird, but then the Dragon Shield is going to have a turn next, which is the one under your Moonbeam. Now for Moonbeam, Shazia, if you go to your character sheet
Yes.
and see where it says Moonbeam under your spells,
Yep.
click on the 2d10. Because that will be the
Oh, okay.
damage that it takes.
2d10.
Yep.
On the 3rd level, it says 3d10.
Oh, you're right. 3rd level, yep.
Yep.
Ugh. So first of all, let's say a Constitution saving throw, then I'll tell you what happens. It rolls an 11. So a couple of things happen. On the start of its turn, it takes a massive 22 points of damage. And it's also, as his light's coming down, it's shielding its eyes, it's blinking. It doesn't like this bright light at all. Then as its turn, it's kind of shielding its eyes from it. And it doesn't know what to do. And it says, take out the Iron God, it's injured! And it rushes over there, eyes blinded by this Moonbeam attack. So it's going to take 2 attacks against you, Bugs, both at disadvantage due to it starting its turn in the Moonbeam. And a 9 and a 13 just tries to stab you, but the Moonbeam has really thrown it off. So nice move, Shazia. Now behind the other frost giant, another frost giant arrives. And I'm going to roll a d4 again, starting there. It throws it at this kobold here that was just moonbeamed. It's once again, it's carrying this massive rock, and it throws it at the kobold. Oh, and it rolls a natural 1 and a natural 3. So this rock just goes... Actually, is it? No, and just crashes off down the side of the mountain. Bugs.
Yeah. I'm going to hit this one beside me.
Okay, it will be sneak attack if you hit.
That was a crit.
Oh. Okay, roll damage.
Yeah.
Oh,
You get to roll, yep, and a d6. Actually, no. 3d6. A d8 plus 3d6. Oh, that's a terrible roll.
Yeah. So
But
that's 16, 27 damage.
That is more than enough just to
Yes.
decimate the poor little kobold who didn't do anything wrong to anybody. Okay, bugs.
And then I'm going to move here and use my bonus action to attack that one.
Okay, it's
My
an offhanded.
offhand.
Yep, offhanded attack. 26. That one also hits. No sneak attack damage, of course. So 5 plus your dex, wouldn't it?
I don't think I get to add my
Oh, you're
that
right.
to my offhand.
You're right. So it's just 5 points of damage. Okay, so
Yeah.
stab it. And these guys are in disarray.
I'm
Nice
actually
move.
going to move back there as well. It doesn't get an opportunity attack because I attacked it, which I have something for that. Feature and trait.
The mobile.
Fancy footwork. Creature can't make opportunity attacks against you for the rest of your turn once you attack it.
Okay, perfect. And you attacked. Okay, perfect. Yeah, Garrett, you're up.
So I'm assuming that. Hang on. No, not don't assume. Just move. That's 30 feet there. Are these rocks in the way? Like
No,
blocking line of sight?
Even better than that, they're providing you some cover.
In that case, I have a short bow, so I believe I can flick off a short bow, two shots, in fact.
Sure, against this one?
Given, they're not in any risk of these guys not bugs and
No.
Dodge aren't any blocking my way.
Nope. But the wind is getting in your way. You can roll at disadvantage for me.
Yep.
For the runner. Get the runner.
Sorry, I'll just measure the
got a short
distance. Mate. Short bow, so that's 80 feet. So
perfect.
That's for my short
It's
bow.
disadvantaged already.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think 80 feet is the range for short bows. But regardless, it's a disadvantage and you can take the shot.
Yeah, crap. 12 for the first one, and second one.
Misses. Oh,
That one was slightly better.
27 does hit. For 8 points. Is it 5 or 8? Or 5 or 13?
Is he already damaged? Is the thing the one that was
Yes.
running away? If he's already
Yes.
damaged, then it's the 8.
Okay, so the arrow flies across, gets him right into the small of the back. He keeps on running for a little bit, then his legs come out, his little kobold heart retires, and he falls to the ground dead. Okay, nice shot. Dodge Stone Strider.
He's going to yell out in Giant. We're trying to help you. These creatures were trying to attack you. And he turns his attention back to the sorcerer, and so
Okay.
once again take 2 strikes at him. Here's the first one. 21.
21 hits. The shield won't be able to counteract that. Okay, roll damage.
Yep. Boom.
Plus
So
3?
13 plus 2 for my...
Still just plus 2.
Yeah,
Sure
it's
it's plus...
15.
Sure it's plus
It's
2?
plus 2 for my rage, I'm pretty sure it is. Hold on, features and traits. I get plus 2 melee damage with strength weapons.
Still plus 2. Okay, I thought it might have been plus 3 by now.
Not
Okay,
quite
you
yet. I think
hack
it's next
into him. And but he takes the blow. He's not dead.
Nice, but he's still standing. Oh,
Still standing.
nice.
Yeah.
And he swings it back again. 23.
He's not going to be able to shield that, and he's not going to be able to survive that. And make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Okay, a persuasion check at disadvantage. Whoa. 14.
14. Well, we'll see what happens when it comes around to the giants. We'll see. Maybe that worked. Maybe it didn't.
Have you got your D6? No, you don't have a D6. Never mind.
Yeah, and I'm just yelling out. Yeah, sorry. And I'll yell out in common, "Run past it! Run past!"
Okay. Tarvin, are you going to stay there, Dorge, or are you moving?
Oh, I'm moving. I'm gonna sort of come around to here, in sort of in a backing off sort of manner, so that I'm like differentially leaving the space. If that makes sense.
Got it. Okay, Tarvin.
I'm just going to yell out to Garrett, like, you speak giant, right? I think George A might need your persuasion skills, and I'll cock an arrow, but I won't fire it. I'll just ready in action. I'll stay behind this rock.
Okay. Shajaya?
Yes.
So the kobolds are
I'm just
dead.
trying to decide. Yeah. Does anyone need immediate healing, or is everyone in one piece?
Bugs and Dorge look pretty busted, but they're a long way away from you.
Okay. I can only move 6 squares forward again.
Or you could move 12 but not get an action.
7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'll do that then. I think I'll catch up here.
Okay,
12?
so dashing up. And you hear, who was it? Dorge saying something to the giants. And you hear the giants say, "Run. Leave this place." Which I assume you immediately translate,
Yep.
Dorge.
Mm-hmm.
And can Garrett hear it as well? Because he can translate it as well, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
So they're both
Like-
yelling just to run, leave this place.
And I yell back in giant, "We will."
And he says, "Run, flee." And he's still going to throw a rock. 1 to 3, it's against bugs. It's against Dorge Stone Strider. Gets this rock, throws it at you. Does a 15 hit?
It does, unfortunately. But I get half the damage for bludgeoning, so...
So this massive rock just thumps into the side of you. It would have done 28 points of damage, but now it does 14 points of damage. And it just says, "Leave! Boy."
And I say, "Yes." I am.
Get away, boy! Get away, boy! That was an old reference. So, in terms of where we're heading, do we think that the dragon's back past this cave? We have to get past these giants.
Yep, up this way.
Okay, so boy will do a dash because got nothing else to worry about, which gives him 80.
Okay.
Measure that. 80 puts him way up there.
Okay, so boy gallops up there as his rocks are flying, but boy manages to dodge him, no problem. Whimsy, All the way back there. What would you like to do?
She'll just move over to here.
Okay. The frost giant. The other frost giant is going to have to throw it at Bugs. Takes out a massive rock. Hurls it at Bugs. I assume a 21 hit Bugs. And it just clocks you straight in the face for 24 points of damage.
And I'll take uncanny dodge.
For 12 points of damage. Okay, and you just hear them saying, "Run! Flee! Leave!" Which Dorge and...
That's exactly what Bugs does.
Okay, so you take off to the north. You're going to use your bonus
I'm off
action
the
dash.
board. I
Bonus-
get, my bonus action to do it. I could do another 6 potentially. As
Okay.
a normal dash. Either way, I'm off the board.
Okay, sure. Garrett.
All right, well, it looks like everybody's in dashing mode. So let me just measure. 60 feet, quickly just beyond the radiant. What is that moonbeam still on, is it?
If you pass through that, you would take damage.
Okay, well, I can get to... Hang on. I better measure that again. That didn't look right. 60 puts me just there. Okay. Just beside Dorge there.
Maybe not for much longer, because what does Dorge do?
Hey, I'm going to get out of the way. But it's like, please, we are running. See, we are leaving. And giants.
Okay.
Please. And he's, please just stop throwing the rocks. We are going. And then he backs off. And he'll feasibly get off the board as well.
Sure.
Relatively easily.
So
I
the
accidentally pushed mine right off, but yeah.
that's fine. So Dorge, make a persuasion check, but you can just make a straight persuasion check this time because you raise a good point. Okay, we'll see how they react. Tarvin.
Yeah. He cannot speak giant, so he's just going to dash. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm up next to this dead kobold.
Shajaya,
Yes.
you have a choice to make. You can either run, or
Yeah.
you could move 30 feet and move this. It takes an action to move Moonbeam.
Okay, help me out here. If I move Moonbeam. Okay, I'll do that. So I can move 30 feet.
Yep.
I'll run with 30 feet.
Yep.
And it's hard to see one.
Don't
Don't
stay
do
out
it,
in the open.
Shazam. Stay
Don't
in
do
the
what?
cover. Stay in the cover.
You don't want to be in the open.
Here.
Don't, or up here. Oh, whoops.
You do get some cover
I
from
made a
this
little
rock.
circle up here.
If a boulder comes there, you'd get some cover from it, Shajaya.
Okay.
So
Whimsy
that's
was
your
right next to you,
movement.
so she's pointing out that she's going to run up over here, which is why she's making
Okay.
little circles, planning her next move.
Trying to disengage.
I
So you
need
s-
suggestions where to
Oh,
put them to move the Moonbeam.
She can drop it as well. If, if
drop
we're not
it so that-
attacking them.
Yeah.
Or
As a
you could
sign
block the
of-
cave with the Moonbeam.
Yeah, I could put it right over here so they don't run through it.
True.
Can they
They're
see
telling
through?
us to run.
Your choice, Shajaya.
Can they
So
see
block
through?
the cave. Have I done a good job of? Is it in the right place? Blocking the
Yeah.
cave.
Yeah, looks good
Okay.
there.
It
Yeah.
only lasts for an hour, I think.
That's fine.
that's
If they can
Doesn't
see through it,
actually-
we could still be in trouble.
It says 1 minute.
Yeah, 1 minute's 10 rounds of combat. That's a long time for
You've
combat.
Okay.
still got 8 more rounds after this.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, that's what I have done. So hopefully it works.
So you run up through the snow, duck down behind this rock for cover, cast Moonbeam, kind of blocking their exit from there. Frost Giant's turn. takes a step forward, sees this moonbeam, hesitates. Let's see, what does it see? It would see Garrett, Boy, and Shajaya. I'm going to give it a perception roll to see if we can work out that Shajaya cast the spell. They're reasonably perceptive and perceptive enough. It sees you duck down behind there. You're getting some cover from the rock as the rock comes hurtling towards you. And the rock smashes in front of you, shatters into 1,000 pieces. The rock provided enough cover that it doesn't roll high enough to hit your armor class of 15, so it's a rather terrible roll for its part. But yeah, it smashes. So ducking behind the rock turns out to have saved you, for the meantime at least. And Boy.
Down the mine.
Down the mine?
After, the person who's trapped down the mine.
Yeah.
Okay. So Boy takes off to the north. Whimsy.
Yep.
I believe that was little Timmy.
She is going to she's gonna run past Shajaya 5, 10, 15. I think she can make it up here is when I measured it.
Okay.
5, 10, 20, 25, 25, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
So you
That's
jump,
as far as she can go.
sprinting past the opening, ducking behind the rocks. The other frost giant takes a step behind his buddy. And actually, I don't think he has line of sight on anybody.
Aww.
Garrett's out of range. Oh, actually, probably Shajaya again. Yep, he does have line of sight on Shajaya. So another massive rock comes crashing towards you. Oh, unfortunately, this one breaks into two, and then one of them clips you. You take 26 points of bludgeoning damage, Shajaya.
Ow.
And can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Sure.
DC 13. So, despite this thing smacking you in the head, you feel you shake your head, trying to maintain concentration on the moonbeam spell. And Shajaya is made from stern stuff, and you resist the effects. So you manage to maintain concentration on this spell, but you do take that 26 points of damage. Bugs, you're taking off to the north.
Yeah, I'm gone.
You're gone, Garrett.
Right, I should be able to dash and chase after Boy, following in Boy's footsteps.
That
Okay.
being said,
Also be-
I'm gone, but within distance of my team because I know there's a dragon up ahead. So I'm just going to find somewhere to hide.
Okay, cool. Doors, you take off north.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay close to someone, and just sort of, if Garrett, just sort of yelling, if anyone can heal me, I'll take it, because I would have been miles past anyway, because I can effectively, in my rage, run 120 feet.
Okay, cool.
But now my rage comes off because I haven't attacked anyone or been attacked myself, so I lose my rage.
That is true. Okay, Tarvin.
Yeah, I'm just going to catch up with Bugs
Okay,
up
so
there and the
taking
others
off north.
and Georgiane.
So we have
Garrett,
Shajaya and Whimsy. What are you guys doing?
Whimsy's. It's not Whimsy's turn, but she's yelling at Shajaya to run. Run, run, run!
How far is that to get out to the safe place by Whimsy? Are you safe, Whimsy?
I've got cover. I know that much. I don't know if I'm safe.
Because I can't make it. It's too far to
Where
run.
you're heading is also safe, Whimsy. You're out
It
of
should be okay.
viewpoint, so you'll if you can't see them, they can't see you at that point.
And I can't wild shape into a tiny thing and run to where Whimsy is.
You can. Because you're a particular type of druid, you can do it as a bonus action.
Or wild shape into something fast.
Yeah, I was going to wild shape into a tiny rat
Okay.
and zoom over to where Whimsy is.
How fast is the rat?
How fast is a rat? Yeah.
Fast.
Mr. Rat.
I mean, the other option is a hare.
What about the warhorse thing that couldn't you be a warhorse before?
I could, but they're not very. They can't hide. I was thinking of being something tiny so I can go with Whimsy and.
Do a stealth
carry him.
check.
Yeah.
See if they don't notice you anymore.
Yeah, rats
Yeah,
are very
jump
slow though. They move at 20 feet per round.
Yeah.
A hare
what?
might be better. Let's have a look. A hare,
20 feet.
20 feet as well.
Oh, what? Okay. Well, that's not my experience.
If
of
you
rats
use your
living in the
dash,
country.
you can get as far as me. If you use your dash, you can move
Okay.
as far as Whimsy.
That's your bonus action to use the dash. So.
Could
Isn't
turn
it?
into a giant snail.
Oh no, that's your action to do the dash.
Warhorse could run. I could turn into a warhorse and get me in. Oh no, because I can't move. Can I?
Yeah, you can.
Yep. Because you're
Okay,
this.
I'll go
Jump.
into a warhorse and run to Whimsy. Grab
All
her.
right.
Or you could jump. You could turn into a hare, go dash it, leaping onto Whimsy's backpack, and then Whimsy will move the rest of the way. With you
Okay,
in the
it's
back,
only.
on the backpack.
It's 20, have I got enough room? 20 feet.
If you dash, I think you can make
Just
it.
enough. Yeah, it's 40 feet.
Yep.
Okay.
And leap
All right,
onto a backpack.
I'll do that.
So what are you
Okay,
wild
she's bending
shaping
down for
into?
you.
A hare is better. Yeah, I think.
So a little
I'll
tiny
wild
hare?
shape it. Yeah.
Okay, now
Whimsy
as
bends down for her to leap onto a backpack. Onto.
Hold on, but if she transforms, isn't that a bonus action? And isn't dashing
Yeah.
also a
No,
bonus
the
action?
dash, you
Nope.
use the dash as the action.
I see.
The dash is your action, not your bonus action. I got it wrong.
Yep. Yep. You can absolutely turn into a hare and get to Whimsy. Is that what you'd like to do?
Unless you go warhorse and just charge across the whole thing. Either way.
Yeah.
I thought about that, but I think in this case it requires delicacy.
Bling bling bling
Could
bling.
be
bling.
wrong. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do.
The hare?
Yes.
Okay, so you... Oh, no, the sound effect doesn't suit what you're doing.
Oh,
But you do turn into a hare, and you're going to dash over, so feel free to move over to by Whimsy.
okay.
And Whimsy bending down, getting ready to pick up Shajaya. Okay, so that's your turn. So bonus action change, action move 30 feet, and then your actual movement 20 feet. But it's enough to get there regardless. Frost Giant's turn. Now, can't see you. I'm going to give it a 50-50 chance of pressing through the moonbeam to make sure you're gone. Otherwise, he's not going to do it. So 1 to 3, he moves through it. He moves through it. So, first of all, Constitution save for your moonbeam. It rolls a 19. So roll 3d10 Shajai for your moonbeam. It's going to take that damage, but half of it.
Okay. 3. Right, I'm getting there. Is that? Oh yeah.
It's going to take half of... Oh, that's a terrible roll. It takes 5 points of damage.
Oh, who, me?
No, the giant. The
Oh,
giant for,
yeah.
for walking through your moonbeam. It made us con save, though. How fast can a frost giant move? 40 feet. 5, 10, 20, 25. I can't get there. Go down there. Sees Whimsy. I'm going to throw a rock at Whimsy. I'm going to say you're going to get +5 to your AC from ducking down there. comes up almost like a picture and just hurls it at you, but it crashes on the rock in front of you. Your cover saved you, Whimsy. Yep, it saved you because it rolled a 13, which is your armor class. So the rock. Actually, it's 16. 16. Okay, but regardless, it misses. Boys taking off.
Yeah, I think last time he would have been just off the edge
He's
of the map
already
as
on.
well.
Okay,
Yeah.
Whimsy, with a hair in your pocket.
Yeah, she's sprinting with everything she's got. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Yeah, should be off the...
Yep.
Okay, and of course, so everybody, we'll just say everybody's off to the north, including Shajaya the hare. And as you're running, Whimsy, it's going to get back around to one of the frost giants, and the frost giant is going to take one last roll, throwing a boulder at you as you're fleeing. Let's see if it gets within range. It's going to be a disadvantage. You can roll 240 feet at disadvantage. It says, and you hear the people who speak giant. It's basically saying, and stay away. But it's going to get one last shot at the fleeing Shajaya, throwing a rock at disadvantage. Not at Shajaya, sorry, at Whimsy. And Whimsy, this collects you right in the small of the back as it rolls a 26. And you can take
At
20.
disadvantage. Far out.
Yeah, at disadvantage, sorry, it's a 20. So 26 and a 20.
Ow.
27 points of damage.
How much damage?
27. As it hits you into the small of the back. And yeah,
That's it.
that's it. Yep.
Ouch.
Help me.
So we keep running for a bit just to put a decent amount of
Yeah.
space between us and the frost giants.
Sure, and you're
And,
trying to obviously keeping an eye out for a dragon, and you see the
Yep.
summit of the top of the mountain. It's all a good 500 feet away. So you feel here, you could at least slow down and take a breath before pressing on.
So can we take a short rest? I think that might be of great benefit to all of us. George looks a little bit sheepish. He came up with a plan and he tried to put it into action, and it was terrible all around. He doesn't say anything though. He's just looking sheepish.
Now,
thinking
Whimsy
it.
sees that George is looking a bit down, and she says, "Don't worry, George. I thought it was a great plan." And then she coughs up some blood in front of him. A real great plan.
Yeah. He's too busy even to notice her blood because he's sort of dealing with all the wounds that he's taken.
And I will point out there's a plan that could have worked, but these giants are very much bullies, and they're very territorial. So it could have worked, but these guys are assholes.
Yeah.
That's what Whimsy was trying to say before the blood started coming out
Yeah.
of her throat.
But yeah, if we feel safe enough to take a short rest, shall we take a short rest, everyone, before heading up to the dragon?
Well, Tarvin will keep watch. I don't need one, so...
Okay.
Yeah, we can also keep watch during a short rest. It's just more pause rather
A
than...
sit down, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So you take, you do get a successful short rest in. One interesting thing happens. You feel safe enough where you are, with the survival skills of both Tarvin, Garrett, and your new Goliath friend. You see a dragon flying across and heading to the summit of the mountain. In the claws of this dragon is a griffin, and it's landing at the peak of the mountain.
No.
And you get a good look at this dragon. It is smaller than Aventurus, but not by terribly much. Smaller than Aventurus. So keep that in mind.
Could this dragon possibly be coming from the summit of the mountain?
Oh yeah, it looks like it came from the direction where you guys were. From one of the things, and it's obviously picked up a griffin.
And it's gone into a cave or onto the summit. Sorry.
Head toward the summit. That's all you know.
Yeah.
And if we can make out the griffin from here, it's not a baby griffin, right?
No, it's a big old griffin.
Fully grown griffin. A Peter griffin.
Now keep in mind, a griffin's think of it about the size of a horse, a fairly big, solid creature, and this has just grabbed the griffin in its claws and is carrying this massive creature back to the summit of the mountain.
Is
It looks
there
like a wild
anything?
patient for a griffin.
Is there anything from my history, like because we're a tribe that sort of worships like the taking down of dragons? Is there any sort of knowledge that I'll have of this thing apart from the basics, like it breathes ice and that sort of thing?
You would know that white dragons are noted for their nastiness and viciousness. They're very nasty dragons. I mean, it sounds odd to say about evil dragons, but these are noted for their kind of just plain old just viciousness and nastiness. Yeah. And you also notice that perhaps their only weakness is they're not as smart as the other dragons, but that's not to say that they're dumb. They're not as smart as other dragons, and perhaps their greatest weakness is their arrogance.
And have I heard of Frostfang before? Like I was just sort of thinking, like Frostfang, is that a legendary dragon around these parts?
No.
No, cool.
No, you haven't heard of it. You think it's perhaps a new dragon.
A new dragon who's moved into the spot.
Yep. Now, Shajar, you took a few hits there.
Yeah.
Would you like to roll some hit dice to come and get some of those hit points back?
Yes.
Okay. So see at the top of your character sheet it says short rest.
Yeah.
Then see where it says roll hit dice.
Oh my gosh. Please be patient.
No, that's fine.
Short rest.
Yep. Did you click on that?
Oh yes.
Then over on the right.
Roll hit dice. Yeah.
Yep. Click on that. Click on the roll hit dice. Oh look, you get 7 hit points back, and you can do that up to 5 times.
Oh, okay. Like up to 5 times now.
Yep. Right now. Yep.
Okay.
Only because you're having a short rest.
So what did I get this time? 10.
10.
Okay. Sorry, I take so long.
That's right.
No problem. So you're fine.
So that's 17 hit points back.
I can do this while you guys carry on if you like, or
Are you at
this
full
is
health?
probably quite painful for,
That's fine.
for everybody else.
It's no problem at all, Shazai. You just
Okay.
do what you have. Yes. Okay. Yeah. It probably feels that way at your end, but it's not the case.
I actually I have spent the day at the eye clinic today, so I can't. Like I'm literally squinting at the screen here as well. So
Okay.
they put those things in your eyes that
Yeah.
dilate your pupils. Yeah.
Yep.
So add up all those. So 17, 22, 33. I think that would put you at full hit point, Shajar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it puts me at 40 out of my original 49, so that's pretty good.
Okay.
Did you take any damage out of your temporary hit points? Because you would have had temporary hit points as well. Because you're one of the originals. You and Tarzan and Bugs.
If I look here, I see I haven't got any temporary hit points.
Yeah, you get it back every morning. So
Okay.
you'll technically be at full health now, but you
Okay.
have no temporary hit points.
Yep.
Okay.
That works.
Yeah.
All good. Thank you.
I think could have saved one hit die for later. But no, they were-
Yeah.
we were all right.
One of the originals, eh? I like that.
Now, the only disadvantage, Shijai, if you take another short
Yeah.
rest, you can't do that again.
Right, that's cool.
You get 5 of those per day, so which is good because you can't say we move and we attack a kobold, take 5 points of damage. Or let's take a short rest and roll 5 lots of hit points. So it's just 5 per day, effectively. So you've earned them. So really, a short rest in the future is not going to really benefit you, Shijai, because you spent all 5 of them this time.
Yeah.
Okay, so short rest taken, bandages applied, bleeding stopped, everybody looking a lot more healthy. As I said, about halfway through your short rest, you see who you assume is Frostfang carrying a griffin and landing at the summit of the mountain. You don't know, maybe there's a cave up there, maybe he's just landing on the mountain. You don't know. But I guess still Order of the Beak, despite some new faces around. What would you like to do?
Are you asking that, Garrett?
No, I would have verbally asked that if I knew about that. Sorry, old D&D.
Dragon Lance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not in Kryn, so that don't help.
Well, because you brought it up, like Dorj is going to say, this mall is feeling like it wants to feast on some dragon blood. Or if you can get me within range, this will do some mighty damage.
You have a magic weapon.
I have a maul of dragon slaying.
It's
Well,
has it gone
I
into a cabin or is it like in a nest
don't
know.
eating this? Oh,
It's above us on a ridge. We don't know whether it's in a cavern or top. You can't see where it landed.
You know it landed on towards the summit. That's it.
Yeah.
you need to get somebody up there to have a better reconnoiter of the place.
How far is it up to the summit from where we are? Not far.
500 feet.
Oh yeah, so.
It's a fair distance.
I haven't got any flying animals. What a shame.
Yeah, at this level you
I've
can't.
got fly spell that I can chuck on somebody.
Yeah, once you get to higher levels, you can cast wild shape into things that can fly, Shijaya, but not yet.
Blast.
Blast,
But
damn
we
bitch.
can still walk up there, can't we? It's walkable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't need to fly quite yet.
No.
Yeah. So, but shall we send our stealthy 2 up?
Sure.
And us doing that stay behind sort of thing?
How far behind?
Yeah. How
We
far
see the
would-
dragon.
How far behind would we need to be to not affect the stealth? What would the game mechanics of that be? Because that's kind of how far we need to be. Otherwise, we might as well be together.
I think we need Shazaya up the front to cast that spell first thing, right?
Which spell's that one?
Earthbind cell.
Ah.
Yeah, the one to stop it from moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
quick-
bonus action for her to get out of a form, so she could always form into something that's stealthy with us.
Yeah, or
tick,
be in your
tick, tick.
pocket.
Yeah, or just stay as a little here and
Oh,
Over
yeah.
here.
Yeah, I'll say if you stand
if I-
there, if you get into the pocket of say bugs, I will say you can use bugs as stealth roll.
Oh,
Okay.
do that.
Right.
Okay.
And
Sure.
I've got plenty of time left as a hare.
you got 3 hours, I think.
Okay.
3 hours. Yeah, and an hour was spent long resting, but 2 hours, plenty of time.
Okay.
Okay,
Do it.
Shijaya, get into Bugs' pocket, I guess. Yep.
All right.
Nice and warm.
And I'll say the
Ah.
rest of you will say 60 feet back.
It's the first roll. It rolled twice. 21.
Okay.
21.
Stealth.
Okay.
Yeah, it does that sometimes. Just rolls twice.
Just one thing before you do it. Oh no, go Tavin. It's okay.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
I was just saying we're about to fight a dragon. Maybe you need to put your armor on.
Well, give it to me. I'll put it in my backpack.
I know. How long does it take to put on armor, GM?
Malcolm. Yeah.
Well, it's either 10 minutes or an hour. I think it's
Exactly.
an hour for plate mail. 10 minutes
10
is an
minutes is-
eternity in combat.
It's 60 rounds.
Yeah.
A minimum 60 rounds. So you've got to make the choice whether you want to be wearing your armor or not.
I'll give you my armor. I'll put it on, and I'll just roll again. So for
Yep.
it'll be
Cool.
disadvantage.
That's what I
Yeah,
figured.
so just roll stealth one more time.
Okay, 16.
Okay, let me check some dragon stats here.
It's a nice day for a white dragon.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Front lines, we have Tarvin. We have Shijai in Bugs' pocket. And we have Bugs. So, sorry, Bugs in... Shijai in Bugs' pocket.
A
And...
hare and a herringon.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. It's like a two ducking.
Yeah.
It's,
Who ever heard of a rabbit as big as a human?
Once again, some funny stuff on the map here, but we'll do what we can. So, let me just get this map organized and I'll drag you over and tell you what happens.
Oh yeah.
Nothing good, right? So we can assume that.
1, 2, 3.
Stuff.
Okay, so this is what the map looks like. So, you four are back here. Once again, I had to extend the map because you're 60 feet back. You notice I've graffitied on this map in various places. This is 15 feet up. I mean, you can climb up the stairs, it would be easy. Otherwise, you're going to have to find a way to get up this surface. Same thing, you want to get to the top here. You can climb the stairs, no problem. Otherwise, you need to find a way to get another 30 feet up here. And this little ledge back here is 10 feet below there. And we'll say there's a path like this that you guys can follow to get there. But, regardless, Tarvin just making the decision to put on his scale mail armor. Bugsy stealthing through no problem with a hare in her pocket. And now, here's the interesting thing. The dragon's passive perception is 16.
Oh,
Now
You made it,
You beat it, you beat
Nope.
it.
I was gonna say, yep. No, well, I say if it's equal, then nothing changes. Is the way I usually roll it. So did the dragon see you before? Nope. So nothing changes. So Tarvin, you made it by the skin of your teeth. But regardless,
By the hair of your chinny chin.
I'm an elf. I don't have hairy chins.
so this
I
is
like
what
your
you
chin.
see. You see this massive dragon. Once again, not as big as I even showed us, but pretty damn big. And it's munching on a griffin. The griffin is very obviously dead. There's no saving the griffin. What do you do?
Wonder if
Whisper it.
it hasn't spotted us, so we could come up over here and then cast that spell.
How close does she need to be to cast a spell?
I need to be. Get the
And how long is the duration of the spell? How long does it last for?
300 feet.
Oh, you're good here. It's 80 feet.
Yeah, no problem. How long does the spell
Concentration.
last for?
A
Up to
minute.
1 minute.
Okay.
Now, I
That's
will
enough.
I can
say,
sneak up.
Can
Shajai,
those reach us? in a
you
minute?
cannot cast your spells as a bunny.
Ah,
But we could go over here, like up this way. And then it's guarded.
Okay.
She's guarded by that cliff, right? When she changes.
Yeah, and I'm
this
also going to say that you
Okay.
get to here. You're starting to make tactics and so on. New stealth rolls are going to be required. So just keep that in mind.
Get to where?
let's
Get
think
anywhere.
of the plan.
Alright.
So from now on, new rolls are going to be required. You've safely gotten this far. But, you getting around this side here, it's a whole different kettle of fish. So new stealth rolls will be required.
I can hit the dragon from here theoretically. I'm within range with
the
my
wind
bow.
blow?
Yeah, at disadvantage, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. But I'm not intending on engaging it with melee weapons at this stage, so I think I'll start with a bow. So I'm technically within range. Shajai could hit it with, but then we kind of need the others to get up here quickly so they can get a hit on it while it's tied down, right?
Well, I can get a fireball into it as well at this range.
Yeah, white
Yeah.
dragon is
I could
susceptible
also.
to flame.
I don't know. I
I'm
don't think.
going to
so.
say that Dorge, having studied dragons, having stories about the dragons, having heard Goliath attacking dragons with flaming weapons, just a normal amount of damage. They're not vulnerable.
Yeah.
Obviously, ice-based spells are completely useless.
Yeah, immune to cold, but not
That's it.
no effect for fire.
Yeah.
That's it.
They are not vulnerable to fire, just normal fire damage.
Gorge is fast especially when he's raging, but he's also quite fast. He has 40 feet of movement anyway, so he's gonna, as soon as the jig is up,
I'm
he's gonna
wondering
run
if,
up. He can also
Oh.
climb pretty well.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking of maybe just checking flight on you.
Flight might be a good thing for if the Earthbind doesn't work, if that makes any sense.
I'm afraid that they might not get that far.
Anyway,
Mind you, you don't
I
want to be
reckon-
up there by yourself.
get
Keep
the,
in mind,
get
Yeah,
Shajai,
let's just-
especially as
Let's
well,
just
that if
get it on it, right?
Earthbind doesn't
Yeah.
work, you can try again.
What's
not
your
a
plan,
one and done.
Bugs? Are you gonna run up to it, or
By myself, I'm not sure,
No.
but I will bless us, and I can shoot from here.
you could attempt to
Until
stealth, right?
Oh
You could
yeah,
go-
absolutely.
Yeah, you'll go all the way up here, kind of. Oh, it's not working.
Malcolm, what's our cover
Onto
like?
the second platform.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
the second line is.
What's your what, sorry?
What's our cover like for the second line?
I'll tell you what.
Because
my
Wimsy's
man-
looking for areas to hide under. And that
Each
sort
one
of
is
thing.
15 feet. It goes 15 and 30, right?
Yep.
So it's 15 feet from the next level.
yeah, 15 from up from there, yeah, and then minus 10 down there.
Yeah. So there's my fantastic artwork.
Yep.
There's a rock there. There's a rock there, and then this one that's 10 foot down below carries down and around here. Hope that map makes sense.
Yeah.
And is that a vertical climb check? Just a question, like how challenging does that climb look?
Well, unless you give me a reason, you could get up there fairly easily. I'm going to say attend to get up there. But
Yeah.
unless you give me a reason otherwise, like I think, what's your special climb
I
thing?
got the athlete's feet, which means that my climb speed
Athlete's
stays
feet.
the same.
Okay.
My climb stays the same. I can do a jump though as well, like
That's
a high jump and a long jump. So what's
Okay.
the normal?
I think
Yeah.
what we could do here is if you, Tarvin, Shajaya, and myself simultaneously act at the same time. So Shajaya
Yeah.
transforms, does the earth thing, Tarvin, you shoot, and I will immediately try stealth up. I've got Misty Step, I can jump up to this level and then stealth up and hide here.
So
It sounds like a great idea.
mechanics of climbing up here. You can do
Misty Stepping.
Yep, but just so people know, you can do athletics or an acrobatics to climb up there. But even if you're successful, it's going to take you 30 feet of movement. So, for example, to go from here
No,
to here.
I've got the athlete feet.
I know. So,
Yeah, yeah.
except for you.
I just want to confirm
Yeah.
something as
Oh,
well.
yeah,
Once
cool.
you're at the bottom of the foot of each area, these two spaces is technically directly up, right? So if you were to go
Yeah.
here and then I say use rabbit hop, it would put me there.
If you can do a 15-foot vertical rabbit hop, well, 15
Yeah,
foot.
I'm just checking.
Yep. So there are easier spots to go up and there are more difficult spots to go up. Like here, it's, yeah. So, like to get from here to here, unless you have a climbing speed, it's going to cost you 30 foot of movement.
Cool. Are we ready?
Kind of.
Because Whimsy,
Yep.
you can throw that fireball from there, can't you? So you can be part of this first
Yes.
sortie.
Yeah. What I do know is that once that fireball goes off, the reason I was asking Malcolm. This is the player talking. The reason I was asking Malcolm what cover we had is once that fireball goes off, I suspect that dragon's coming straight for me. Unless it can't fly, unless you guys get your.
Yeah, we'll
it's
try
fine.
do our 3 thing first, and then hopefully we can get yours off, because that would be awesome.
Whimsy's feeling a little bit more comfortable having Dorge next to it for that, and Garrett. That's not Garrett.
It's Garrett.
Gosh, who's the new
It's Garrett. Garrett's
that
his
is
name.
Garrett. That's right.
Dodge Stone Strider, you mean?
He's
And
not
boy.
George.
This boy
Cool.
there,
Just
yeah.
go,
the dog.
She might just go here, just so that she's not out in the cold there.
Okay. Plan
Are we
and
do this
action.
thing?
Dragon Fort. I think this is a good point to leave it on a cliffhanger, because this is not going to take a short amount of time.
Right.
Oh, so let's pause it there and see what happens next week as you take on a dragon as a bunch of 5th level characters.
All right.
Right.
Spoiler
stop
alert,
it.
if you survive this, you'll be 6th level.
Oh,
Okay.
If we survive. Yeah.
Well,
survive. We're gonna do it. We're gonna
that's
do
the
it.
spirit.
Yeah, we will.
Okay, guys, I'm interested to see what happens next week. But it's pretty late here in Canada, so I got to bow. But thank you very much. It's fun playing with you guys as always. And hopefully you'll survive next week. And
We'll see.
we'll see. Maybe the Order of the Beak won't have any original members left. But